Hello, friends. We are here. A couple quick things to note before we jump into the episode for tonight. First of which, Trinity or Zephyr is not available tonight. He is dying. He is very sick, so he will not be with us. Zephyr will be with us, but Trinity will only be here in spirit. He might periodically tune in.
I don't think it's working.
Is it not? No, it seems to be working. Yeah, you're crazy. So yeah, Zephyr is here. However, Trinity will not be. He may actually tune in during the stream at least a little bit. Past that, last reminder that we are not doing this campaign next week. However, we do have confirmation that we will still be streaming D&D. I will not be present. However, the other few of the other members here, as well as potentially some guests, will be doing a one-shot with the Tomb of Horrors, I believe is how that's going to go. So hopefully that should be fun. With that, we're going to jump into our episode for tonight. So last time, you guys had just entered what you're pretty sure is the elemental plane, specifically within the domain of fire. Overall, the plane seemed quite barren. The, I guess, direction to take was a little bit, well, it was hard to find where you should go, I should say. However, both between just kind of picking out scenery of what looks like it might be the most important or impactful piece of it, and then Gurgle getting a kind of tug or a pull towards one of the larger volcanic mountains, you guys quickly found yourself with a destination, a heading as it is, met with some kind of fire elemental guard who accepted Gurgle's challenge on behalf of Magmemnar. Despite a little bit of confusion there, you guys proceeded inwards into this magma volcano and then dealt with what appeared to be magical copies of you. You weren't really able to determine what they were. They seemed to hide from sight and were a little bit, we'll say, tedious or annoying to deal with. However, you were able to dispatch with them and then started to shift through some notes. In its entirety, the notes seem to be some kind of a spell based on what Zephyr and Kane are starting to determine to be something called rune casting, which is effectively just elongated story magic. The exact details of the spell seem to be something of either a barrier or perhaps a way to break the barrier. Figuring out the actual exact details of the spell was beyond the capabilities of Zephyr and Gurgle, who were deciphering it, as it also seemed to use elements of thief cant mixed in with effectively ritual magic.
I know why Tree isn't here this week, so he doesn't have to pronounce Magmemnar.
Potentially. But with that, after you guys explored that, you heard what appeared to be the sound of something falling or being dragged through whatever this red phosphorus style mist is. Gurgle was the first to run inside, and upon entering it, he found what appeared to be a Yuan-Ti. The Yuan-Ti seemed to be on its last legs and greeted him saying that there is another one. Gurgle did not seem to handle finding this Yuan-Ti very well, as even though it seemed it had passed, he started to burn it, effectively trying to destroy the corpse. So where we'd start is effectively you guys pulling Gurgle off of this Yuan-Ti corpse. Quick thing worth noting, you guys currently do have low visibility. This would be treated very similar to a fog cloud, to where you have, it's a little bit different. You have 5 feet of vision and then 15 feet of what effectively would be dim light or dim vision. So it doesn't completely inhibit your ability to see. You can see fine within 5 feet, and then up to 15 feet you can see partially. So with that, whatever you want to ask.
My roll to inspect the dust that we ended last week.
Yes, and then I had you not roll because we had ended the stream. So do go ahead and make a roll for it. This is a nature check. I would actually say nature or arcana. I would let you use either one of them.
Well, they're both the same until next level, which is sad.
I'll go.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right then.
The nature of this dust is a bit foreign to you, although I will say that you're sure that it could be used as a magical component. So Is it the dust itself? While it does not seem magical, you have experienced spell components enough to know that even if this isn't an actual spell component, which it may just be outside of your repertoire, there is a very good chance that it could be utilized as a spell component.
Can I collect some then?
Yes. We'll say that you collect enough for equivocally what would be a single spell cast of, or single use, I should say. What was your question?
Am I supposed to be at 22 HP?
Yes.
Yes.
We got fucked last combat.
Okay.
I was down to 4. He said they were. Oh, it's okay. These monsters don't hit hard.
And then they proceeded.
proceeded to roll like 8
him
fucking
twice.
crits.
Crit him
You
twice.
guys got
and
crit
almost
a
killed him.
lot, and you technically got crit a lot, and
How? I'm adamantine.
and
That's-
didn't die because you were
You-
wearing your
yeah.
armor. I did forget to rage for you. That's okay, because it... Who knows? As far as Razu knows, you guys have been exploring through a volcanic cave, and you're quite hurt. However, you don't remember a fight.
Should I just call this red spell component mist?
Call it red phosphorus.
Red phosphorus? Okay.
Okay, so with that,
It's red phosphorus?
I'm saying call it red phosphorus. It might be. Who
I
knows?
already said the comparison of it, that it was phosphorus.
No, we
'Kay.
tried to light it on fire. We couldn't. So.
It does not seem to be combustible.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Okay, so with that, again, you guys have just successfully, technically it was Zephyr that pulled him off, but you guys, I'm going to say as a group, you guys have kind of moved up and pulled Gurgle off of this Yuan T that he seemed to be effectively just defacing. Hard to, for you guys as you move up, hard to know if Gurgle actually just killed it or if it was dead when Gurgle found it. But Gurgle does not seem to be taking well to this
With a
this Yuan T body.
Passive medicine of 15, would I know?
You would know that he's dead.
Okay.
So, what do you guys
Good
want
to
to do?
know.
You've pulled Gurgle off.
Are you alright?
And it took our deeper.
Do we know where we're going? Do I still know where I'm
Do
going?
I recognize this Yuan T?
You do not recognize this Yuan T. That said, you do recognize his garb. This Yuan T is not native to Altira. While you do not know this exact Yuan T, you would very much so know this would be from the forest in Kalismir, where specifically where you underwent your transformation. The garb is very, very similar in its ritualistic designs.
Maybe you and Zephyr should head on
Gurgle.
ahead.
I do have a few questions for you regarding this individual. Did you kill him?
No, but I wish I had.
No, but you wish you had. Do you know whom killed him?
No,
He was already dead when you found him.
not quite.
And
But
you
he died.
finished him off?
He died shortly after, before I could finish him off.
Did he say anything to you?
That there's another light wall here.
Roku?
Well, that's actually reassuring, in a way. Well, good. If he was not strong enough to survive, then he should have died.
Tico doesn't know this, misters. But a couple of us look pretty beat up. Do we need a lunch break?
I would not be opposed. As long as Gurgle is alright with it, he
I can
most
cook the
likely
snake
wants
for
to
you
push
if you
forward.
want. Or if you hate the snake, we don't have to eat it. Tico will make an exception for Gurgle.
You can cook the snake, but I'm gonna scout ahead.
Deku,
Yeah.
do you get some gratification out of eating someone that you hated? Or do you not want to eat them because you're disgusted by them because you hated them?
I usually like to burn them. Like, make them bad food. Gross food that nobody wants to eat.
So it's disrespectful to them in a way that you appreciate if you cook them in a bad way after they die.
Yeah.
Alright, just want to clear that up.
Shame. Shame. They
Just change the
deserve-
lighting to like a brighter red.
They deserve
Do I still magically know where I'm going?
to be burnt. Burnt food.
You're not even in the same area. The answer's definitely no.
We have.
You're not in the Molten Crown anymore.
I was wondering if I knew where I was going anyway.
Nope. You also do not have that same sense of familiarity. In fact, you feel as if there's almost gaps in your memory as you've proceeded through this volcanic mountain. You don't know why, but you know that you entered it with him. But there's bits and pieces as you traveled through the tunnel, through the halls. You don't remember all of it. You definitely don't remember why you're bleeding.
Is his weapon still a crossbow?
His weapon is still a crossbow.
The fuck is this?
I would change it back into a scythe.
Easily enough. As he takes his crossbow and kind of just takes back the form of a scythe. So short resting and Gurgle scouting ahead. Is that what I'm hearing here?
If he's actually leaving, I do want to ask Rickshaw something. But I'm waiting for him to leave.
What are you doing, Gurgle?
Yeah, I'd be walking ahead for sure.
Okay. Are you proceeding abrasively or are you still stealthing?
He'd be probably still be cautious at this point.
Okay.
Angry but cautious.
Go ahead and make a stealth check. And then as he's stealthing forward, actually, do go ahead and give me your stealth first. And then I'll let-
Rolls a nat 1, 2 seconds later. Shit! That's a 6.
18. Okay.
Don't you have peerless
All right.
skill?
So at this point,
Don't you have like where you can't roll below that?
are you guys staying in this
That's
red
when we
mist, this red
upgrade.
phosphorus to short rest?
I'm.
Absolutely not.
Chico prefers to go outside of it.
Okay. So the 5 of you, technically, as Zephyr is still with you guys, the 5 of you all exit out as Gurgle decides to go in further.
I would grab Rickshaw before he exits.
Yep.
So,
Rickshaw,
Yes, Kate.
I know you're capable. Perhaps we can ask him some questions ourselves.
Do you want tea?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I think he's quite dead.
In several of your stories, you have the capability of speaking to the dead.
Communing with dead spirits is something that should be done sparsely.
I feel like having knowledge of this place is worthwhile, but at the end of the day, it is your choice.
Yes, we wouldn't want to bring him back in a way, even if we aren't resurrecting him.
Isn't it just temporarily, though?
Yes, but the information he has, while beneficial to us, might actually not be good
Can you clarify?
to share. No.
Can I incite him?
Yes.
14.
I'm hiding something.
I will ask once, but then I will leave it be. Are you hiding this to assist us or to detriment us?
I'm hiding this to protect.
Protect who?
We'll find out soon enough. Can I walk away?
I'm gonna inspect this body for anything.
Are you investigating, like going through and
Yeah.
looking for things?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you dragging it out of the phosphorus?
You said we could see just fine in 5 feet, though.
You can. That's what I'm saying. Are you just going in and leaving the body in there, or are you bringing it out?
I will inspect it in the phosphorus, but Tiku's cooking it, so I would drag it out.
All right, cool. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, man, I love when I have such high pluses to rolls and roll so high. 8.
He's got a scimitar and a longbow. That's pretty easy to find. He has a pouch at his side. Opening up the pouch reveals it to simply have basically an assortment of dried meats. Exceptionally dried, for what it's worth. Likely, with the medicine that you had, despite not having a high investigation and finding anything on him, the medicine check that you have leads you to believe he's been here for a bit. Like, easily multiple days. Exactly how long? That would be a little bit harder to determine. However,
Can I
between...
roll a medicine check?
I'd let you attempt one more medicine check just to see if you can
Oh,
determine
I've
a little
never
bit
rolled
more.
medicine against him.
Oh, you said passive medicine.
18.
18? The degree of dehydration, how dry the skin is, looking at his hands, you see that there's parts where burns have almost become scars, giving the impression that he's been here long enough to get burned and then have it heal back into a scar. Likely not via magical means either, as magical means typically do not scar unless there's something wrong or something magically that caused it. So, based on that, it's at least been a couple weeks, long enough that he's been able to be injured here and heal. In addition to that, as you look over his body, he is injured in many different facets. There are burns on his hands. There are even cuts on, notably, the lower part of him.
Does he have human legs or snake tail?
No, he has a snake bottom half and a
I know you
human
said he had
torso with
two.
longer, with a very long neck into a split head. Worth noting, or I guess yes, this is literally what you're looking at. Most of the cuts are on the lower part of him, whether that's from him moving around or because he was lower to the ground or whatever it did it to him was lower to the ground. Unable to determine, but
Is it cuts from a weapon?
There is a combination of lacerations that do seem to be serrated, so like a blade. But then in addition to that, some of them almost looks like it almost looks like, when rock gets eaten away by water.
Mm-hmm. Eroded.
Eroded, that's the word. Some of his wounds look like his skin has been eroded away.
Strange.
It is weird enough, and in the variety and the severity of some of these wounds, it's actually, you can't determine what the cause of death was. There are many different things about his body. Even as you go up closer to even his chest, as you look, it seems to almost be like slightly caved in, likely some kind of like a bludgeoning attack. The wounds on his tail? I'm gonna say his tail. The wounds on his tail also, with the skin being slightly discolored around him, could even lead you to poison. Again, it looks like this Yuan-Ti has...
So he died from like 10 different ways.
He died from one of 10 different ways. It's actually kind of surprising that he was even still kicking at all.
Oh, just pick him up by his shirt that I assume he's wearing and drag him out.
Okay. It's scale mail, but yes. He's still easily enough. Okay, so with that, he brings it out to you, Tiku, and you just want to cook the Yuan-Ti, yes?
As I bring it out, can I make a insight check on Rickshaw's reaction to Tiku cooking him?
Yeah.
Does he react to people cooking him?
That's got natural 20 for a 29, for what it's worth.
Are you adverse to Tiku cooking this snake?
Look like I'm waiting for him to be done.
I was just curious.
There you go.
He's ready to eat.
Are you adding anything to this Yuan-Ti, or are you simply cooking in a Yuan-Ti?
Just the Yuan-Ti. Don't want to ruin other good food.
Okay. Gurgle. Do go ahead and roll for your food, and then hold that
I'm wearing
thought.
the waffle, by the way. Disadvantage on sight to see if there is something that can.
He effectively has the cloak of the kind.
Yes. Which, as far as going against passive, gives you a +5.
-5.
Or that, either way. -5 to them, technically. If they cannot see. No, I think it's even if they can't see invisibility, right?
It just
It doesn't. It's
if
not,
they have
it's-
disadvantage on perception checks, they have a -5
And
to their passive.
it doesn't cause disadvantage. So yeah, it's just a -5 for them. Okay. As you start to proceed inwards, one thing I want to add as a question, how quickly are you moving?
Normal.
Normal. Okay. So just proceeding at a standard stealth pace, still cautious. You start to hear almost what would be whispers. They're at first it just seems like you're almost like kind of hearing things. The whispers are almost as if you were hearing. You're able to quickly write them off as like almost like a geyser going off, like gusts of wind or pockets of contained hot air that maybe are being released. Gas pockets is what I'm trying to say there. But after a little bit, you're start to actually able to hear words. First word that you're able to make out is
Duidar?
intruder.
Intruder. Is this in primordial?
It is not.
Is it in
In
common?
fact, this is in grung. Next, again, you start to hear a little bit more whispers, and then the next one you hear is time short. And with this one, you realize that you recognize almost like a piece of the voice. Definitely not familiar enough that you'd be able to place it to someone, but just enough that you think you've heard something that sounds like that, or someone that sounds like that. You keep going, and then you hear the same whisper that you first were able to make out. You hear again, just intruder, sounding almost like weakened, but almost like the same as before. Like there's an echo that you've somehow lapsed back into. You again hear the same phrase, the intruder, and then a third one ends up, and then you're able to catch a third whisper as well. This is fire's unstable. That one seems to have a little bit more concern. And then as you keep walking, again, the whispers seem to go back, and it seems to almost like start over, like you've.
Is there a direction that I can tell? No.
As you. What would be navigation check?
Survival.
Yes, make a survival check. As it does not, it seems to come in multiple different directions. You hear it in one way, and you almost like start to make your way that direction a little bit. Then you hear it again from another way. 5. As you continue to hear these whispers and like this almost like reverberating, it very much almost seems like you're in a box, and these sounds are almost bouncing through. At one point, it's coming from off to your right side. You start to move a little bit that way, and then it seems to be coming from behind you. Within a little bit of time, it seems to be coming off to the left, to the right. And then the next word that you're able to make out, which is after a little bit, takes a few minutes before you're able to catch another whisper that actually makes sense, and you just hear and the help in this whisper seems slightly cut off. As you start to look around, you start to see silhouettes. Almost like things moving through the fire. Still moving cautiously, you kind of almost like pick your pace up.
Fire?
Yeah, like they're, sorry, not the fire, through this red mist. I apologize. As you kind of like move towards them, almost picking up pace at sometimes to try and catch up with some of these. As soon as you catch up to what the shadow is, it seems to just... You get to a point where a couple times where you're actually almost sure you could like reach out and touch one. As you kind of move forward a little bit more, again, it seems to disappear. As you continue to proceed in... by the way, unless you tell me you stop, I'm just going to assume you keep proceeding forward.
I am gonna try. I'm gonna break stealth to cast detect thoughts, and then I'm gonna keep going, and then I'll re-stealth.
Okay. So for detect thoughts.
30-foot range.
Pulling the spell. Just
Basically, he gets passive thoughts of anything within 30-foot range, and you can use an action to delve deeper with a failed save.
as soon as you cast the spell, you get quite a few different pings. You would get 7 separate pings instantaneously of different thoughts around you, but they're muddled. They seem confused. As for the first part, you sense the presence of thoughts. You can sense the presence of 7 separate individuals, but exactly what their thoughts are, even as you start to focus a little bit on them, they seem sporadic, unput together, almost incoherent.
But it seems like a creature.
Each one seems like a creature. In fact, each one seems like a different creature. You hear one that seems to be talking about food, different ways to consume food, different flavors, different tastes. You hear another one that seems almost fearful, like it's running or it's hiding. You feel another one that seems to be like it's hunting, like the other side of that, looking for something. You feel another one that seems anticipant and confused. One that almost seems almost jumpy in their thoughts. There's a train of thought and then it ends and a completely new one starts. And then that one will end and it'll pick up back on the other thought. And then it'll jump back to a different thought. Overall, they're nearly, or they would be just impossible for you to actually determine the nature of these creatures.
I'm gonna use the thought processes as a directional, like, basically like an ignore. If it's something that's irrelevant or doesn't have very cohesive line of thinking, but it seems like it's trying to get my attention, and I just basically use it as like a guide to be like, all right, that's not something to focus on.
So if it seems like it's trying to get your attention, you don't focus on it.
If the thoughts are irrelevant, like if it's like food or like I'm running from something.
Okay.
I mean, if there's like a thought that I would latch on to, like I need help, for example, then that one I would investigate.
Okay. The one that's running does oftentimes end up in the phrase help or doesn't know what to do. While the thoughts again are still scattered and broken, there's very much so one that seems scared and unaware of what to do.
And are they always staying somewhat close to me, as if they're like coming in and out of the 30, like they're like coming close to me and leaving and then coming close and then leaving?
Very similar to what I had described for Zephyr last session, where it's almost as if as soon as they hit the 30-foot range, they pull off. Then they end up in it, and then they pull off. And they seem just almost like trapped or purposely spacing on the edge of this 30-foot range. Almost as if they could detect your magic or know of it in some way.
And there's no pull anymore now that I'm in the thing?
There is a pull. The pull is effectively, it would be to just continue moving forward, though.
Well, then I would just keep going unless I got a ping that was like recognizable, like.
Okay. As you continue to move forward, this would be about probably 15 minutes into this. As you proceed, we'll say we'll probably go time wise. I'll do this based on time, not based on distance, because you wouldn't be judging distance that well. About 15, maybe 16, 17 minutes in, you notice that one of the thoughts that you've been detecting seems to almost stop.
It doesn't last 15 minutes. It only lasts 1 minute.
I assume this would still be applicable if you were casting it right at the end as you were moving forward.
I would just be casting it whenever I casted it. I don't know how deep I would have been at that point, but as soon as it started getting annoying, basically, as soon as I walked over there and it felt like I could touch it and then I couldn't see it, that's when I would cast it. So whatever time frame that was.
Okay. So we'll say at the tail end of this then, and you probably would have been walking for a little bit after this then, but at the tail end of that, as you continue to hear those thoughts, you hear the thought of food and how I would cook it, and then the thought as it's about to reach as it almost seems to keep repeating as it's about to reach its end, seems to just quite literally sounds like it burned up, and it just seems to stop. And kind of a little bit confused as you continue to run, right before your spell ends, another one of them the one that seems to be hunting, the thought just very much so gives you the impression of something igniting or burning. Same sound that the when you guys had touched those images, that flash paper kind of just very much so the same sound.
Am I still cold?
You are still cold. In fact, despite the fact that for you, very obviously, as you continue to move, outside is getting hotter. You're starting to sweat more. You're feeling colder inside, like almost like your inner heat or your inner core is cooling as your extremities heat.
Okay. Well, keep going.
So before I answer what his
I was just curious if the voices were following him. Because it lasts for a minute and he'd be walking for the minute, basically, if they were keeping pace.
So as a quick reminder for what I said is it's just like when Zephyr had experienced it, where they very much so seem to be coming in and out of the 30-foot range. Like even as you're moving forward, they seem to just be on the edge of it.
I think what he's saying is it like they're trailing me, or is it like they're always coming in from all angles all the time?
That the angles that they come in at are
I think that's what he
random
was
in
asking.
nature. It is not necessarily like they're trailing behind you and you're getting the pings from behind you. It's like they're coming from all directions
Yeah,
consistently.
that's what I was interpreting as well.
Okay. Within about with right at about 20 minutes, probably a little bit shy of that, you see your first sign of life, Gurgle. You continue to walk, you see just like a dark silhouette. Within a few moments, you're able to determine this is a wall and a small cave entrance.
Did you want me to re-roll my
Wait,
stealth? or
was
did
the
you want me
silhouette a
to-
wall?
Silhouette's the wrong word. You see a dark shadow in front of you.
Did you want me to
Silhouette is definitely
re-roll
the wrong
stealth, or
word.
did you want to
Apologize.
just use the same one?
As you broke your stealth and reactivated it, I would say you could make a new stealth check. You broke your stealth to cast a spell.
29.
Okay. As you make your way towards this dark shadow, which very quickly reveals itself to be a wall and then another cave entrance. Do you want to enter the cave and just keep moving forward?
There's nothing there. Yeah, I would keep moving until either something bad happens or until I find something.
Okay. As you move forward a little bit more, you kind of round a bend, and you find yourself back in. You find yourself back in the cave that you were in with your friends. You can see that lava river in front of you. You can see the section where Oku's set up. In fact, you can even see your party currently sitting around a pot making food. They do not seem to have noticed you as you enter back in through this cave.
I walk back just to see if the other room is now fogged or if it seems like I actually fully reset.
As you
Because there
walk
wasn't
back
any
through and
fog
you
there.
look down you look back through the tunnel, very much so that red fog is in there. It seems that the room behind you has filled with this red phosphorus as well.
Which was originally the area that we saw these creatures in.
Mm-hmm.
It had that rock in the center and everything.
And that room didn't have anything else in it other than it was just a big cavern and there's hole and then hole on
Yep.
either side of it.
Just seemed to effectively be an empty cavern.
And then the fog's still in front of them as well.
Mm-hmm. In fact, as you look at it, it seems to have gotten closer to them.
As if they're trying to connect.
Like the two fogs are starting to connect, yes. What do you wish to do?
Backwards.
Okay. Gurgle starts to head backwards. And for the rest of you, as you are making your meal, first off, Tiku, what did you get?
14.
14? Okay. That is enough to not have a negative effect. However,
Technically, we
Oh,
should
wait
have
a
said
minute.
who's eating it first, but
it's... Is it 14?
yes.
You should say what you're gonna, who's gonna eat it before she even tells you what the roll is.
True.
Well, I was hoping it was noticeable when Rickshaw was waiting for it to be done.
Yeah, for you, for sure.
Are you
I think
you
Zephyr wouldn't,
partaking?
just because it's another sentient. But that's me.
Yeah.
I would be partaking.
Yeah.
Think Tree would eat it? I'm gonna let you be the call on this.
I think he probably would. He's been eating everything recently.
But you also haven't cooked sentience recently.
Okay, and then
Could shoot him a text real quick.
He's probably asleep.
Oh.
He was going down.
okay, and you got a 14, you said?
She did. What's the worst that happens? We get food poisoning and die? Well, everyone except for Rickshaw.
It's a fairly tasty snake, but does not seem to have any effects.
Tico didn't want to. Tico was half-assing it. It's fine.
The snake's not very good. Not very meaty.
Is there any benefit to her
I knew
cooking
you'd be
it like
stringy.
5 minutes after it died? Because I thought that she got like benefits for immediately cooking souls. Extremely close to
Oh yeah, that's the
expiration.
new effect.
That actually would be a different thing. I forgot about that because that would be within 5 minutes of its death.
Woo.
Roll a d4, Tiku.
G4. 1.
This might be the most terrible decision I've ever made. Your maximum HP increases by 1.
Ugh.
Everyone who consumed it?
Nope, just her. As Tiku consumes her bowl of snake, the snake meat seems almost like oddly colored. Like as you guys pick up your snake meat, there's a degree of like fatty meats, almost like the concept of like melting in your mouth. As Tiku picks up hers, it seems to be dripping some kind of white liquid. Doesn't seem to taste.
She's
all
got the
that
blood
good
hunter
to
blood.
you, although you do feel rejuvenated after eating it.
He's a little stringy. Don't you guys think?
I do. It's obviously why he died, just not a whole lot of muscle.
As you point that out, and you guys are eating your food, you look back towards the cave entrance door, and that red fog seems to have entered from the other side. It is very much so seeming like you're boxed in.
What the Was that there before?
Gurgle must have done something. Where is that man, by the way?
Gurgle went in that way.
That doesn't mean he didn't pull some trap or get seen by something, probably.
Guess that's fair.
We probably should go check on
I
him.
would enter the mist to see if we could still escape.
You're not at the beginning of your. You're not done with your short rest. Do keep that in mind. This
Can
would
we
be-
just walk around though?
I'd say you could walk around as long as something didn't happen.
Gurgle, where'd you
Something's gonna
go?
happen in our short rest anyway if something happens. So
Gurgle's kind of been gone for a while, huh?
This would be about like 30, almost like 40 minutes at this point.
I would still
Maybe he
go
doesn't.
check to see if I could leave. At least leave this room. If I can confirm that, I'll probably come back.
Okay, so you're gonna enter into the fog and effectively just you're looking to
Like
make
go
your way.
like 30 feet in, and then if I can come back,
So you effectively want to go back down that tunnel and see if like you could enter into the previous cavern.
basically.
Okay. Kane enters back into the fog to go see if he can see if he can go figure out what's going on back there.
We still have wall climbing, so I would just wall climb the lava.
Okay. And Gurgle, for you as you turn back, and you walk back into that tunnel. The tunnel has very much so seemingly slightly filled up with mist. You quickly walk back into the mist and find yourself back in this seemingly endless expanse.
I go towards the right wall,
Okay.
as if there was a wall there, but I was expecting no wall.
Okay. So as you come out through the cavern entrance, worth noting you're not back in that initial cavern. You seem to be back in this first room again, or in this room that you guys had your party had elected to make camp. You turn to the right and you start to proceed to the right. About 10 minutes into that, which put us about 50 minutes into this short rest, is when you'd arrive to where you can see that dark shadow again in that mist. However, in front of you, and this time I do accurately mean to say silhouettes, you see a silhouette of what appears to be a small humanoid. Small humanoid seems to be reading, seems to turn and look up as three larger humanoid, one of them actually being large, seem to move forward. One very much so seems to have a tail, a snake-like bottom half. The other seem to have legs. One of them appears to have two heads. Seems to resemble the Yuan-Ti that you had seen from before.
So does this scenario resemble when Razu tries to do his blood replay of like an event? Does it feel like an actual event that's happening, or does it feel like a memory of an event?
It feels like a memory of an event, especially as you move a little bit closer and you see these silhouettes or these images within this red mist seem almost to distort. They don't look quite proper, and the way that they move is much more almost pictographic. It's almost as if you're catching screenshots of it. As in the first one, he seems to be sitting down, seemingly reading something, and the three individuals enter. The next, there's something on the ground next to him. Remind you of the tablet that you saw that was broken on the floor. His hand is held up. Seems like he's casting a spell, and the three larger figures have spread out. The next seems to be one of those larger figures. Seems almost like buckled over onto one knee, not to the ground, but buckled over. One seems to be lying on the ground, and the other seems to be right up close to this smaller silhouette, seemingly ready to swing. And then the next silhouette is that small silhouette that, as you look to the right, seems to have almost like had run away. And the larger silhouette that seemed to be turned back and talking to the other two, and then it seems to end. These silhouettes and images seem to...
But there's no like actual wall, right?
As you move forward a little bit more past this, as you saw that shadow, there is very much so a wall there. As soon as you get to that wall, you feel a little bit warmer inside. Almost like to a burning point. Rejuvenated slightly. And then you feel another pull. And effectively it'd be it effectively would be back the direction that you would assume your party to be based off your positioning.
Start walking back then.
Okay. This girl starts to make his way back in. For you, Kane, as you walk back through that cavern, you find yourself in a more so like it opens up into what you assume is the cavern. The mist is still dense enough that with it being 5 feet, you'd have to go in there and actually kind of explore around a little bit to actually be able to determine whether or not this was the same one.
Go to where the rock is supposed to be, because that would be the biggest landmark.
Okay, so for the sake of this, I'm going to say perception as you're kind of going through there and looking through the room a little bit.
10.
10?
With a natural fucking 1.
As you enter the room and you spend a little bit exploring, about 3-5 minutes, can't seem to find the rock.
Is this because of my own lack of skill, or because I actually can't find it?
Just can't find it.
Seems like a skill issue to me. Can I look for that rock?
Do you want to go back?
Yeah.
So keep in mind, for you guys, he entered into this mist going back into the previous room, and he does not come back out. He's been gone for
Okay, I
that.
do go look for him.
Okay.
Is Kane leaving now? Oh, wait, now Rickshaw's leaving? What's
I'm just
happening?
looking for Kane.
At this point, I
You-
would go back. At least attempt to.
Okay. Rickshaw, as you make your way back through,
A 15 perception.
okay, as you go into the cave and
He's lost
start to
in
look
the
around, you can't seem to find the previous cavern either. As you enter in, it seems, for you, I'd say having a 15, it seems a little bit bigger than before. It doesn't seem quite small enough. You're not able to find the rock, nor are you able to find Kane.
Kane, have you been eaten?
And we all start hearing whispers. Everybody in the fog.
I'll go ahead and I'll walk back.
Funnily enough, you actually would start to hear whispers. Both of you start to hear whispers about being eaten. Specifically, it would seem like you being eaten. That's what the whispers would be about.
It wasn't Tiku.
Okay, as Rick's just...
Tiku's just sitting there watching the fog enclose on her from both sides. She's like,
It very much so does seem to
guys?
slowly be expanding.
guys!
It is quite slow though. Over the course of what would be you at this point, you'd about get to the tail end of the hour, as Razu, Zephyr, and Tiku, you guys are left alone in this cavern. None of your friends have come back.
So,
They still aren't here. Do you think they died? We need to find their bodies.
of course, that's what you'd be worried about.
Last time I almost lost Terrence's body. If not for the Packer, I would have been lost forever. Also, we're in a fire plane. What if it burns up? Not okay. Also, Gurgle is supposed to go find his dad.
It's his grandpa. His
Grandpa.
dad's dead.
You're right.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go forward and see what's going on.
Wait, you want to go that way towards where Gurgle went? Or that way, where Kane and Rickshaw went?
Rickshaw has been acting mighty suspicious.
What do you think Rickshaw followed him to murk his ass? Oh my gosh, he's been waiting this whole time!
Why would you even think that?
Because we know Rickshaw from previous campaign.
What if he's been stalling this whole
He
time?
hasn't done anything in this campaign to...
All I'm gonna say is no one helped you until me
they
a
got
tribe.
rickshaw PTSD, I guess.
I tell you what, I'll go girl's direction, you go their direction. Make
No,
sure
Tico's not going that way. No, Tico would not go first. By herself, no.
You're not going first, you're going
Zephyr.
last!
Zephyr's gonna say to you, Caleb, "Don't worry, Tiku. I will go with you." It's my best.
Now we
Zephyr
still go
voice.
with the bird, right? Don't need to split
The
up.
idea behind this is Zephyr's gonna go wherever you go.
Again, you'd be going last. Kane went, Rickshaw went, Zephyr went.
Zephyr's still here.
Well, he'd go with you and you obviously be walking in front.
No, he won't. He's a little pansy. He never walks in front.
He's the pansy.
He's so skinny. Look at his twiggy arms.
Well,
Although
good
those-
luck. I'm gonna go find Gurgle.
Tico's going with you.
And someone starts following.
Sorry. I was reading something and I didn't pay specific attention.
She's-
Before I make a
she's, like, holding-
full-blown answer, what did Kane say anything before he left?
Also, Tico likes.
Did he say he was going
I
to do
would have
something?
said I'm going to see if the exit has been blocked.
Tico's
And then
gonna.
Rickshaw followed him. Did you say anything?
I follow.
Hey, he's gotta find him.
You went to go find him.
Yeah.
And then you are still just ahead, and we are at like camp equivalently.
Effectively,
He's
yes.
been gone for an hour.
Yes, I'm going to go find Gurgle. Oh.
Tico's gonna write in the stone.
Followed Gurgle
How do you write in the stone?
with her claws.
You don't have the burrow speed anymore.
but she has a 20
I still
strength.
have claws.
It would be messy, broken rock, but she could do a
It's
makeshift
more like-
message.
And then she
Instead
starts
of
to do
thinking of
it.
Carving, it's more like
And then she
scratching.
realizes that she doesn't know how to spell. So then she asks Zephyr to tell her what letters to write.
So it's even worse.
Okay.
She's like, okay,
Some
nine,
hieroglyphics here on the floor.
nine, hat. Okay, hat.
As you turn towards this phosphorus, as Tiku and Zephyr start to try and
He starts proceeding cautiously, and here's this.
Skyrite? Is there a sky?
And then Tiku just gives up and draws an arrow.
We are currently in a
after
cave.
it, And then we go.
I thought you said we were at the entrance of the cave.
No. We've been in a cave since we talked to the fire elemental.
My bad, I wasn't here.
very
No,
much
that's
so in a
true.
cave.
I thought we were in the fire plane, and from what I saw of Critical Role, it
We are.
had a sky.
We are in the fire plane. There was
You're
a
in a
sky.
volcano with
We're
We
inside
entered a volcano.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You're in another volcano.
I forgot you were not here last week. My apologies.
With that, Razu, as Tiku and Zephyr start to carve this on the ground, and you make your way forward, you notice that for you, as you step into this mist, the mist, like just before it seems to touch you, seems to almost like and fall off.
He's mist-phobic.
As you kind of like reach your hand out to touch some of it, very clearly there seems to be almost like a small barrier around your hand.
I tried to put some in the vial.
Again, you can't seemingly grab any of it.
Tiku puts it in a vial.
Do you want me to put smoke in them? vial. Also, do you have lids?
Yes.
It's hard to tell when they're in the
Experience.
smoke if it has smoke in it.
Tika wants to put her hand in.
It's kind of
Does
like if you
it
open a
go
vial
around
underwater,
her
you know the
too?
water's there, but you can't
No,
really tell.
As Tika puts her hands in it, you can still feel that same slight friction.
Can I? Is it mist that I can
Is
see?
it cold or hot?
It'd be like warm.
Is it
touch.
touching her?
Is it wet?
It's warm to the touch, and no, it's not wet. It's very dry, in
Dry.
fact.
Whoa. You're weird.
It's like you're walking
try
through
to-
a severe
Tika-
dust.
Can I breathe it in?
You try to breathe it in. It doesn't seem. As you breathe inwards,
It just
doesn't
stops
seem
right
to it almost seems to, again, as you breathe in it, almost like it's purifying before it touches you. You breathe out and it does push away. Your breath
Tika's
can
gonna
affect
grab
it.
his
but
hand.
Technically, it'd be more like.
What is
Does
involved?
it like make it easier to breathe when like just go away when I put his hand next
A
to me?
little bit. The feeling of breathing in whatever this dust is does seem to go away when you're waving his hand in front of your face.
She like grabs his hand and just starts fanning herself with it. Thanks, Razzle.
Razu, keep your feathers right here.
Tiko's gonna grab a cloth out of her backpack.
No, you just pull up your butcher's bib and tie it to your face.
Tie it behind my face.
Alright, Tiko's ready. Let's go.
Tico has gone full bandito as she starts to make her way in.
Confusion.
Razu, as you're proceeding with Tiku and with Zephyr, you notice both of them seemingly almost start to look around like they're looking for something. Like they can hear something, but then they kind of shake it off and keep moving forward.
Tiku ends up slowly getting closer behind Razu and like just like walking like just like Razu.
Sniffing my feathers.
She's like starting to get twitchy.
What, can you hear something?
Make a perception check. For active attempt to hear what they're hearing. I think that's a dirty 20.
Okay. You start to hear a familiar yet foreign sound to you. Almost sounds like burning fire, but multiple different instances of it. This is how the giant was singing.
Water noises? Fire noises?
Did we get
Just fire noises.
Did we get our short rest?
He did not.
Was I able to find my way back to the party?
We got our
As
short
you guys
rest,
are-
right?
You three finished your short rest,
Yeah.
yes. You, Zephyr, and Razu finished your short rest. So kind of going again back through everybody. For you, Gurgle. I apologize. You said you were moving back towards the party, yeah?
Just back towards the pole, really.
Yes, so back in the direction of the party. As you start to proceed, and for the sake of this, I'm going to say go ahead and make an investigation or perception, your choice. As you're starting to look through this, almost hunting through this mist.
Less than normal.
Less than 1?
I said
Normal.
less than normal. Pretty sure I have a 9, so it's a 13.
Okay. The whispers seem to start to get much, much more intense. They start to overlap to where you can no longer understand each individual part of it. Within a few minutes of continuing to move forward, you hear all those whispers. They continue to overlap until they almost seem to merge into a single whisper. And it goes, Gaga.
Your grandpa sound good.
If the
That's odd.
whispers are intense, just
Right.
open the tin flap.
Can I insight the
Go for it.
the voice? Because I'm on edge right now, probably. 25.
25. Okay.
Does it sound like it's trying to get me to respond because it wants to eat me?
It seemed confused and surprised.
Does it actually seem like something that wants me to respond, or does it seem like? Well, I mean, it obviously wants me to respond. Does it sound like it
It is baiting him to
It
respond.
seems-
Baiting me to respond.
It seems out of breath, almost desperate.
I just pause. Kind of frozen up. A little
Tommy.
bit, waiting for him to say something else.
Okay. What's up?
I'm just gonna tap my staff and I'm gonna cast Produce Flame to basically create a light source as a beacon, as I assume I have not made it back yet.
You have
Which
not made
means
it back
something
yet.
very wrong has happened.
That said, at this point, you would still complete your short rest as you're continuing to move through this.
Okay.
But you are now effectively aimlessly wandering through this fog as you can no longer even find the entrance that you entered, that tunnel that you came back through. As you kind of turn around, you go back towards the wall, you can't find it. It seems to go on. You walk forward for like, again, 5 minutes, and you're like, I should have hit that. I should hit a wall, if nothing else, a long time ago. In fact, you could have made your way across that entire cavern within 5 minutes. Maybe you walked back through the tunnel without noticing it, and you're back in the big room, and you walk through the fog. So you start to kind of just think through these possibilities of like how you could not have run into a wall yet, and within the next 5 minutes, you start to feel yourself almost turned around and lost. And then you also start to hear whispers. The whispers for you are in Draconic. You start to hear whispers of lies, of being left behind. You hear whispers again of of eating things, how to eat them. You hear one of running, one of hunting. All these almost like different thought processes as you start to make out these individual whispers. How do you want to start moving around?
So I know it's not combustible, but does fire affect this mist at all?
As you have produced flame going currently, it does not. It does
Like
not
if
seem
I
to.
like wave the staff through the mist, does it like consume like parts of it?
As you're focusing a little bit more on it, and you wave your fire through it, it seems to pull that red dust towards the flame.
Nice. I want to pull out the little vial that I created that has the spell component, and I'm just curious to see if this works, and I want to attempt to cast Wall of Fire with it around me to draw the mist away from me.
Yeah, no, as you take the vial and you cast the spell, and you have the circle of fire kind of spawn around you. Worth noting, the circle of fire does not move. However, it's not immediate. It's the fire just, but then you can within just a few moments you can start to very clearly see this red mist, these particles just and start to pull away from you, leaving you now in what is a fairly clean atmosphere inside this burning fire. It does very much so seem to clean out the area that you're in.
I would look around. Do I recognize anything?
Can you see through your wall of fire?
No, but I can see 20 feet.
20 feet would go up to the ceiling. So you can see inside your wall of fire that you've now made. Doesn't take long. Within probably 15 seconds almost, all of the red particles seem to be pulled into the flame, either burned up or consumed.
Oh, so they're gone?
At least within your wall of fire.
Okay. Then in that case, I want to spend 5 minutes with Produce Flame, and I want to basically make a pathway through the fire, like drawing the dust to the sides, so that way when I dismiss the spell, I could walk through it without entering the mist.
Okay. So as you start to try and make yourself a pathway with this fire, Rickshaw, as you went back into the room, you did not find Kane, nor did you find the other room. You also start to hear whispers. The whispers you hear are... What's the language? I suddenly forget. What's the language of Seth?
Parcel tongue?
No. It's abyssal. Apologies. The whispers you hear would be an abyssal, although the thoughts would remain the same. The only thing that's worth noting for you, the thought process or the pattern of the hunter, whatever that hunting process or thought is something that is familiar to you. Even as you're able to pick out different words, how it's talking about hunting trapping a part, how it talks about like almost like pinning a prey to where it has no other options, hunting it until it gives up, not necessarily fighting it when it has the will to struggle, instead waiting until it effectively has no reason anymore and then pouncing. It's the kind of way that you would like to hunt. You like to hunt them into a corner where you don't really have to fight them. They just don't really have any other options. With that, how do you wish to proceed, as you also seem to be lost in this mist apart from those whispers?
I would just lovingly listen to the words as I just continue to search for my party.
Okay, so go ahead and make a perception check.
I apologize. I thought Wall of Fire lasted 10 minutes, only lasted 1, so I'd be working quickly.
You said 12? Okay. Now, actually, for the sake of this, because I'm going to need this from everyone, you would be your passive perception, because it's
20.
higher than what you rolled. So we got 20 for Virgil, 12 for Rickshaw. Yours was a 14 when you were looking, right?
But natural 1, so not 10. But my passive is 19.
Okay. This is for not Safari. This is for Gary. Okay, and now for Gurgle, Zephyr, there we go, and Tiku. What are you guys doing?
Also, I was actually wrong. It was my active roll was actually a 15, not a 14.
So have we found any signs? I've been tracking Gold Girl.
Right.
Can I
Should've
roll
been 14.
for
Shouldn't have been 13.
tracking?
You can make a perception check, or I'd say a survival check as
Wait,
well.
no. Something's not matching.
Dirty 20.
The ghosts are about you.
Consume.
Okay.
They want you to be the food.
Are you just following Razu as he's tracking?
So hungry.
Anybody hear that? Hear that?
So
You said did I hear the whispers as well?
Hmm? You started to hear him too.
What do they sound like to me? Can I make out words?
For you, that sound common.
Feed us. Feed us.
What are they saying?
Have you not been paying attention at all? I've listed what they've been saying for like 4 separate times now.
I'm reading stuff. I'm sorry.
You can't make out what they're here saying.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay, so for the sake of this, then I need to jump back to you, Gurgle.
We're still
As-
looking for Gurgle, I think.
Yes, and I'm taking his survival check that he rolled. So Gurgle, as you're kind of waiting for the next response, the next one seems almost panicked as you hear. Does that mean? Oh no! Your friends are in danger. I did.
Inside check.
We didn't know. The we didn't know seemed like almost like if someone was in the middle of something and then they stopped it to go do something else.
We didn't know.
Got to make an insight check. Insight check. There we go.
Not 20, 26.
26. There's genuine concern.
That-
It
that-
does not seem like he's like. He seems. It seems like he's.
Flustered?
It sounds like you heard a scientist that made a mistake that's going to get someone hurt.
But this entity does not only seem like he knows my friends, which I already know that my grandpa wouldn't know them.
Knows your. He doesn't necessarily seem like he knows your friends. He seems like he knows you. And again, he said, "Wait, are those your friends?" Before he said that.
Oh. I'm gonna performance and throw my voice so that it doesn't break stealth. But I will say, who are you? What is this place?
Make a performance check.
God Damn.
Was that
It was
I think that was a
19.
19. Yeah.
This man cannot miss. He's stealing on my luck.
What we got?
24.
24.
Okay. The response actually comes quickly as you ask, "Who are you?" I mean, it says, "You will know shortly. For now, those are your friends. Yes. You must find them. You must move quickly, or they will likely not survive." At this point, that continued burning sensation in you again starts to grow a little bit colder, and you start within this red fog. You see almost like a light. Just you see another one a little bit further away. Another one over here.
I'll move towards the closest one.
Okay.
At a semi-rapid.
Roll me a
pace.
d6. Reroll on a 6.
Zephyr, you know what's going on here.
5.
5. Okay. As you are moving over,
I was just curious if the red mist got consumed in the casting the spell, or if I still have it. As I was just curious if it got consumed, if I noticed anything.
as you
different.
utilized fire, it would have been consumed. You didn't notice anything different right offhand, other than the fact that it did consume it.
Alright.
But as far as like visible effects, no, there doesn't seem to be anything different.
I would be focusing on it for the minute duration, see if it makes any difference. Maybe it's hotter or something.
Weren't you using produce flame to try and make yourself a path?
I mean, yes, but can't I do both?
You couldn't focus on that while also casting spells. The answer is no.
Oh,
Perhaps we can discuss it later, but for now, the answer is no. Okay.
I was gonna say I won't be doing produce flame in that case, but yeah.
I already made something based on the
That's
fact
fine.
that you
That's
were.
fine.
Gurgle. Doesn't take you that long now that you actually have a visual sighting as you quickly move through this, again, red phosphorus-like mist. Within a minute or so, you find yourself at a little bit of a distance to what appears to be another snake-like individual.
Doesn't notice me?
Nope. Seems a little bit more humanoid, though. No elongated neck, no snake tail. Very much so human. Seems to be almost looks to be wearing like a robe. Hard to make out through the fog, though. Seems to almost very calmly be moving forward.
Does it have a snake tail?
No.
Okay.
So, just to be clear on this, we are allowing message to be cast while stealth because it doesn't have a verbal component. Unless...
Message is an action.
yes.
So the answer is no.
Invisibility is broken.
Casting
on
a
action.
spell.
Invisibility is broken on it. I'm not invisible, though. I'm just stealth.
Stealth?
He did say stealth.
Yes. Apologies. For stealth, I would say yes, you could utilize it. while still
Outside
stealth.
of combat, obviously. I assume that wouldn't work in combat, I would assume.
The way that I would roll even outside of combat, though, is if you were stealth, then you cast message. Even if you were trying to be stealthy, because this is a verbal
re-stealth?
thing, they would get to roll again to see if they detect you. So even if they had rolled and failed to detect you, I would allow them a re-roll. If you cast
Message
within
only
their
has
proximity.
somatic and material.
Yeah,
components.
it's only my hands, though. That's
You
why I
actually have
asked.
to talk, though.
No, you don't have to talk.
Not the new 2024 rules.
Well, technically, you do talk by the way it's worded. It
I guess
says,
it does
it
say
says
you
you
point
say
towards the
something,
creature
but
and whisper
only
a
the
message.
creature can hear it. It specifically says only the creature that you
So
are
to
pointing
read
at
to
can
you
hear it.
specifically, how it says you point towards the creature in range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Yeah, I would say you can do that with stealth stuff. They changed it. They made whisper better.
Message.
Message better.
Then I'm gonna message it and say, "Who are you?"
Rickshaw. You heard a "Who are you" in your head.
Who are you?
The whispers seem more coherent now.
He's like, "This is not what I was hearing before."
Well, this is Rickshaw. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to go back to hunting things.
What was talking about?
I think you cast it again.
Oh yeah, it's free.
Yeah, I can just cast it over and over. It's a cantrip. Apparently, we need to stay together. Turn 90 degrees to your right and start walking. And then I basically
you're not
direct
the
him.
Whispers,
I direct him.
Wait,
I direct
is this
him,
Gurgle?
I direct him towards the next light. But I still don't break stealth, and I still stay a good amount away from him because I
How
can
far
cast.
away?
It's 120
Did
feet.
you
So I'm
answer
gonna
me?
say
How far
like
away are you staying from?
I'm gonna say like 80 feet, but I will keep directing him where we're going.
Okay. He asked you a question.
So then.
I replied to your whisper.
Right. What did you say? I didn't hear it because I was telling him how far away I was.
Is this Gurgle?
Yes.
Can't he only see the 15 feet still? Or can he see?
Also,
can see
you
out
might
right.
die if you keep walking in this mist, so we're gonna start grouping everybody up.
Okay, give me those coordinates again. Where am I supposed to be walking?
90 degrees to your right.
Okay, say that to somebody who is not an architect.
Do you know what your right hand is?
Yes.
Turn and start walking in the direction of your hand.
Okay.
He turns with a little bit of instruction. You're able to guide him within a moment, and then again, Rickshaw. As soon as that message seems to end, you start to hear the whispers again.
And I'll just keep track of him, and then if he starts going off course, I'll direct him slightly.
Okay. At this point, I need everyone except Gurgle to make a wisdom. Sorry, Gurgle and Razu. Apologies.
And
everyone. No, you actually still need to make wisdom saving throws.
Is this a spell or other magical
Can I still
effect?
hear
This
the
is a
whispers?
spell. Yes, the whispers did not end. So wisdom saving throw. This is a spell for those that would be
12.
applicable. 12 is a failure.
14.
That's a success.
Take a roll for Zephyr.
I got it.
You got it. You said you got it.
But did you roll for you?
Oh. What am I? What
What's
is
his
it rolling?
plus?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Probably
His
a plus 2.
6.
Oh,
Wisdom
never mind.
saving throw.
Cut it
No, he
12.
gets. Zephyr has a
Jesus.
plus 6. Yeah.
Which is what I said.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a fail. Rickshaw failed. What'd you get?
He
You
got 14.
which is
Yeah.
a success. What did
Yeah.
you get? 4. Jeebus.
It's kind of funny because I rolled a 5.
Okay.
What did
so
Nate roll?
I didn't roll.
Razu does not have to actually make a roll for this.
Razu is immune to the poison.
Okay. So
Tico has a mask on. Does that mean I get advantage?
not for this. No.
Rip,
I'm literally not even breathing in the smoke.
rip.
Okay. Rickshaw, you're the first one to experience this. As you're kind of walking in the direction, you almost feel as if like the hairs on your arms start to stand up.
I have no hair on my arms.
You feel chills. Apologies. Almost as if something's behind you, to the point that you like almost.
I turn
Find
around
yourself-
swinging.
Okay, so you turn around and actually make an attack. Actually,
Oh, man.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, that's a crit.
oh, very nice. Roll damage.
You actually rolled a nat 20. That's crazy.
Total of 11.
That's a total of 8, 10, 12.
What?
You
Huh?
do 1d8 plus 2 damage, and you rolled 2d8 in that roll because it auto did the crit for you. But D&D Beyond crit is not brutal crit.
Oh, okay, yeah, so 12, not 11.
All right.
If that 7 had been first, it would have been a lot more damage. To
I
be
did
fair.
the 12. You're good. Okay, so
Initiative. Dun dun dun.
as you turn around and you
dun,
swing,
dun, dun, dun.
as you're swinging through, you can't see anything, like you can't see anything solid. But your quarterstaff or your staff, you feel purchase as you, and then kind of confused as you feel the purchase.
It is +2 for, getting past.
It is magical damage.
Okay. As you hit, and then you kind of confused because you don't see something right in front of you, but you felt purchase. You look up and you see two what appears to be very distinct orange eyes that seem to just be floating in the air, and as it just
Oh.
and the eyes both seem to fade.
It's a thank you?
No, it just made a noise.
It was laughing at you.
Oh,
It was like a weird
That said, as you swing, the feeling doesn't go away.
It's still behind you.
Indeed. In a similar fashion for each of you, you all feel that same, except for Razu. And you. I have a different thing I want to do for you. For Tiku and Zephyr, as both of you are kind of saying, you again, you almost get the that feeling. For you, it's the same feeling you would have got when the dragon was flying overhead, going home to where it's not necessarily, it's not going to attack you, but it's still like, yep. But it seems to be coming from behind you. And Zephyr almost kind of leaning down to you. He's like, do you feel that, Tiku?
Yep, Tiku visit.
As you mentioned that, and you look, within a few moments, you also find that same set of eyes. Zephyr.
Holy shit, you did that!
Zephyr turns and looks.
Razu!
What is that? As Razu, as
What are
you
you
turn
talking
to
about?
Tiku, as you turn to Tiku and Zephyr, and you look at him.
Tiku grabs Razu and shoves him in front of him between the eyes.
As you turn and you're grabbed by Tiku, you notice that Tiku's eyes are orange, and that her pupils almost seem to be burning, almost like a fire.
What is she pointing me at?
She just
Burning me yet?
points you. Make a perception check with disadvantage at this point.
9.
9? You have no idea.
What are you talking about?
Do I still see them?
No.
What's your gun?
Open up. Accurate to how you're playing it, you are currently frightened.
They're good. They're good.
Do you need a lift?
Are you going to go towards the eyes?
The fuck you talking about?
There's eyes in this mist.
Am I getting Gurgle's trail?
Not at all, actually. He's a very stealthy individual. Okay, so with this, as whatever this presence is, I do need you guys to roll initiative.
Time to bust out the colorful dice.
Fudge knuckles.
Okay, number to beat is 12.
19.
30-20.
Okay, so for the sake of this.
Woohoo.
Oh, we going OG. No battle map.
Zephyr is
See why?
Zephyr is
I don't know
above.
if you want to turn the battle map cam on for this.
I am not.
Currently, this is supposed to represent you guys just walking through
Missed.
Mist.
this mist.
Zephyr is high enough. Tiku is not. She is too terrified.
That was my whole hit that just popped. A whole hit.
I don't even know if you can see that on camera.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera
can
either.
I can
But I don't
see.
know
Oh,
if that way
shit.
represent it.
Hey, we messed up.
real bad, so everybody else go before me.
How did we mess up?
I wouldn't receive message.
Oh, you have mental blocks?
Because of my ring.
Whoops.
Rest in pepperoni.
You, in your adult state, hearing the whispers, took it off so you can actually hear the whispers.
You played with your ring for a moment. You got to whisper.
Yeah.
You took it off and kind of played with it, heard it, and then you responded and you were like, put the ring back on.
I listened, I heard the whispers, and I'm like, oh, they're talking about death.
That's
Take
probably
off.
better. You heard the whispers and then you heard gurgle and you're like, the whispers are gone. You put the ring back on. Okay.
I was looking for the battle maps you guys have, but I was going to grab a red one, but...
Okay.
It's kind of nice to see just the black because we don't know
I
where
actually
we're going.
I purposely don't have a battle map there because
Yeah,
I thought the black would be.
Well, I was
It's
going
kinda
red
fun.
for the mist, but yeah.
I kind of want to turn on the fog machine. That's what I want to do.
I mean, is the fog machine on? I can try.
I just need to make sure it's plugged in. But
As long
I
as
don't even know where it is. But you're welcome
just-
to use the fog machine because that would definitely be apt. But I don't know if it's plugged in. Oh, it's
I think if you just make sure that the outlet is plugged in and turned on, it's working.
We're gonna see if our fog machine's working currently. I don't think it is, based on this. It most certainly is not.
That's because she hasn't plugged it in yet.
Yeah, but even still, it would take a moment to actually be able to turn it into fog.
it's gonna take a second to turn it
We may initiate fog here in a moment. But for now,
It will be a surprise.
okay, for you, Kane, As your wall of fire drops, and as you're kind of like looking about it, producing your flame, you see in your wall of fire, as you're kind of like just looking about it, especially because you were kind of focused on it. This kind of works out for this. You see almost like a pair of eyes in your fire, and then very clearly, as you actually have full fire. As you look at it, you're in your confusion. It's almost as if he was like, "Wait, did I actually see that? Is that there?"
To be honest, I would probably chalk that up to the dust.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
In one smooth motion, as soon as the fire drops, assuming the dust is still there, I do want to like wave my hand through the dust as it will be extremely concentrated and trying to get a full vial worth.
Okay, go ahead and make for the sake of this. I'm actually going to say make an alchemy check.
Why?
You are trying to collect.
I mean, yeah, but it's just dex based. I thought.
You're collecting materials.
Survival? I actually have a decent survival.
No.
Probably not.
I don't have any.
No,
I don't.
I'm
I have an
confused.
herbalism kit proficiency.
These aren't herbs. It's just your intellect modifier plus your d20.
8.
You're still able to get some in your vial. Okay, you gotta take it.
And then I want to step through the gap that I hopefully made.
Okay. Roll me a d10.
7. I don't. I would be looking around. Okay.
You're moving through, just looking about. Okay, Tigu, you have felt very clearly a hostile presence.
I assume I'm still not in the dust
Tico paws
because
out.
I would have consumed it from the other side too.
As soon as your fire would have ended, you are not currently in it, but it is quickly
Yeah, that's fine.
filling back in.
Tico grabs out her a knife. Tico pulls up her shield. Zephyr, how do you kill a ghost? Tico's kind of scared. Tico doesn't know what to do. I just swing at it.
She's gonna hold her action to swing at anything she sees.
I still
Who are
don't.
we gonna have play Zephyr?
I
How confident do you feel playing Zephyr? I have the character pulled up. I just don't want to say what he does because I know what this is.
So I still can't see shit, right?
No. However, Tiku and Zephyr both very clearly have seemingly almost gotten a little bit closer to you and seem skittish at best.
He's gonna cast light to see if he can get some more visibility.
Okay. Does not seem to give you guys more visibility.
He's gonna touch Tiku's shield and cast light on it.
Okay. As soon as it's casted, does not seem to give you additional light. However, based on how it looks, is especially for you, Razu, as you're a little bit further away, you get the impression that it would almost be a little bit more of a beacon, to where it would not allow you to see further, but someone looking at it would likely be able to see your light from a little bit further.
Put that out.
Would Zephyr have allowed Aerith to enter this, or would he have dismissed her?
You probably would have dismissed her.
I'm gonna say you probably would have dismissed her for the sake of this.
He has a ring of temporary fire resistance with 12 HP.
On her, you mean? Oh yeah.
Well, she wouldn't be
if-
able to see in here, which would be the main way she'd be scouting. So she'd either be on his person or dismissed.
Yeah.
I would say for the sake of this, probably dismissed.
I would like to, because I still feel that hostile presence as well.
You do feel it, although where it is exactly, you're not 100% sure. However, so true for you as well. I apologize. I mentioned it for them, but I didn't clarify for you as well. You are also currently frightened of this presence.
Okay, I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance.
Okay, that's the same spell you cast last session, right?
That is
On yourself.
30-foot diameter. No, just out a ways so that I am on its edge.
Okay.
In front of me.
Roll me a d10 for the direction, just as you are kind of just following. Well, actually, no. Gurgle pointed you specifically in a direction.
Yeah.
With the closest ally.
Yeah.
Does he
So
direct
he's,
So you would be.
if he's casting it in front of him,
So
he's
I'm turning
however,
it. I'm turning myself around, and I'm casting it in front of me from where I'm going to go.
Okay. So take this.
As if you're walking into it.
As if I'm going to walk into it.
It's technically a bit bigger than this. So what I'm going to do is I'll do this. And then it's technically 10 feet this way, 10 feet this way.
Okay. And then upon casting it, my crystal activates, and I'm going to now teleport to the other side.
Does that require? I believe that requires sight, doesn't it?
I don't believe so.
Most
Maybe.
teleportations
Let me
other
look
than
at
Pretty
like
sure it's
Dimension
to a
Door.
point you can see.
So, the way you
Oh,
describe
yeah.
the light would
to
be...
an area that I can see.
So you move 5 feet.
Can I do it with a hope and a dream?
Let him roll randomly, otherwise he spawns in it.
He wants to go into it. It doesn't hurt him.
Or he spawns in a
I
random
thought it
direction.
did hurt you.
Oh, it could hurt me, but
Yeah, he's trying to teleport to the other side to not get hurt.
I thought
to
you
whatever behind me follows me through it.
Did you say this is a 30-foot radius?
Yes. And that's 30
Wait,
foot
30
distance.
foot radius?
So that would mean a 60-foot distance.
Hold on, let me see. Let me read that again.
There's no way you could teleport 60 feet.
Pretty sure it's just 30 foot
Diameter?
area.
If it says 30 foot in like a circle, like a sphere, that means
Yeah.
radius. If it has a square, that usually means diameter.
Diameter.
Where the heck did it go? Where am I? This one?
That is a 30-foot area.
Yeah, that
So you
usually
mean
means
radians.
15 foot radius though.
30-foot radius?
30 foot radius.
So it's
So
twice
that's-
that.
Yeah, that's 60 feet wide.
Oh, that's 60. Oh, man, that's huge.
That's huge.
huge.
Where's the string?
That's actually good to know. It's literally twice that big.
Well, then,
So...
If you grab the wall of fire.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that anyways.
This is actually what you spawned, which is good to know.
I'm gonna do that anyways, and can I still teleport 30 feet in there?
I'll let you roll a d4 to see where you land.
He's going blind teleport.
I got a 4.
4?
That's actually a little bigger because that's 20 feet and 20 feet.
And then I move. And then I move my 30 feet.
That counts as entering the spell. Can the spell hit you?
The spell can't hit me.
Okay, so you would have just entered your own spell.
40 and 40.
That's cool.
Go ahead and make your check.
I fail.
So roll damages against yourself and then roll a concentration check.
He rolled so fucking high and he still failed. Oh my god.
That'd be 22 points of damage.
Guys, take 22 points of damage.
Is it radiance always?
No, it's oh yeah, it's radiant damage. That's right.
And he is currently glowing.
And now you are currently
And I am
glowing.
glowing.
And you get a level of exhaustion.
Oh shit, that's right.
So,
Your level of exhaustion, and now you need to roll a concentration check to see if you maintain the spell.
Right, right, hold on. I gotta-
11.
Is the concentration technically after or before he
It's whenever you
gets
take
exhausted?
After
damage.
he takes damage.
Yep.
Right. Does he have technically, would he roll
Where do we-
the concentration? Because
He would take
exhaustion
damage
Oh, there it is.
and then
makes
it
you
would-
lower.
No, third level
Checks.
exhaustion has disadvantage
Ability
on
checks, not saving throws. This is a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's a
Third
crit
level
success.
gives
26 for my concentration.
Okay, so that is still up. You still
We're-
have your movement.
We're still doing original exhaustion rules, right? Because 2024 updates them
Yes, because
Okay.
I don't even know what those are.
It just
and
gives you
then
-2 per
can
stack.
I
to all D20 rolls.
might have to. Yep. I am going to quicken spell.
It's gonna be really awkward if it's just an illusion that was behind you and
I know,
nothing
right?
actually follows you through.
Oh, that went the wrong way.
Or it's intelligent.
I'm going to go ahead and quicken spell. Cure wounds on myself.
Oh, you didn't do
He's like-
anything. You
he's
killed
like-
yourself in confusion.
It hurt itself and it's confusion.
This is a
Okay, so
brilliant
that's what
idea.
Rickshaw does.
You
We
said-
still got...
you said that the light made sure things could see us from the outside, but we can't see shit with it? Because if that's exactly how it works, I would immediately...
Man, I almost got
Denver,
all my
turn
hit
that on
points
for
back.
right now.
That's it. If a creature begins its turn, is it ends its turn or enters
Begins
it?
its turn.
Begins
Or
its
enters
turn.
it? Is it begin or enter?
I thought it would begin
No, it
or
was
enter
just,
or end.
It was just ends your turn or enters it for the first
This
time or ends
begins
their
its
turn.
or end.
So
begins
If you
its
turn.
turn.
begins
Cast it-
its turn, not
So
its
it
On
guarantees
cast,
one
it
hit.
does
So
not
for
hit.
the sake of this, the reason that's important, Tiku already decided that he went. Razu and Zephyr both need to make Constitution saving throws.
No, it's end of turn.
No,
No.
it's start of
He
turn.
he
It's
said
the-
end of turn.
I never said end of turn. I
No,
said
he said
the start
starts
of
his turn in or enters for the first time. It guarantees hits you once.
I was remembering that too, but
Wait, sorry. What? How does this work? Is he
Roll a
with us?
Constitution saving throw.
No, but
he
it's
with us?
really,
Roll a Constitution
but
saving
it's
throw.
Is it a
really,
spell?
Zephyr gets
Yes.
10.
but it's really fudging big, and he cast it in front of you, and he was walking towards you.
20.
That
20
passes.
is, I believe, a
fails.
success. No, it's
Is
21.
your DC 20?
21.
I'm far enough back that I can't even tell what he just did.
What's
Right,
Zephyr
your
get?
thing became a +3.
He got a 10.
So that's fail on both of them. You said it was 22 damage for the spell?
Yeah.
Both of you take 22 points of
Radiant.
radiant damage.
And level of exhaustion.
And you both have a level of exhaustion.
Do you roll it each time something takes damage, or does it like a general?
That's
roll?
up to the DM.
I don't have a strong preference for the sake of speed. I was just keeping the same roll. It was purely from a
Usually,
speed
you can roll it
perspective.
once per round, maybe. To try to
I actually
Just to
do
make it
usually
easier.
leave it up to players if they want
If
to
they
roll it
want to
individually.
roll for each
I will
one.
tell you that I roll one time against you guys. If I have a spell that just hits all of you, I'm just like it does this much damage.
So like cloud kill, you'd roll once, but would you roll it once per turn, or you just roll it once
would
and
say-
that's
I
the
would do once
damage
per
it
turn.
always does?
No, I would do once per turn.
One per instance is what I would do.
Yeah, and then a single instance can hit multiple people. Okay, so with that, you guys are also both glowing
yeah.
green now for Zephyr and Razu.
Oh, can I see them?
Also, the light.
I actually
Can we
would-
see him?
I would say that you can see a faint light. You also, so you actually would be able to see 3 faint lights.
2 here, 1 there.
You would be able to see 2 faint lights.
How far ahead is he than them?
You actually do know that just because they seem to be lit up for you.
I was actually just talking from a
You,
semantic.
you can see
standpoint.
yourself and our relation to you.
Yeah,
I understand. I'm saying I don't know if Gurgle would necessarily. I was just curious as Paul, like how far ahead he is.
that's 30 feet.
Yes. Oh, did you actually print my mini?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I think Zephyr
you,
would
Caleb.
throw a lightning bolt.
Who said that?
Jack.
Jasmine's saying that Zephyr would throw a lightning ball, but she said that like
Throw it-
forever ago,
throw
like
it-
15 minutes ago.
Throw it where?
Still, it
At
applies.
the creature behind him.
Oh, throw it behind him.
Because she's saying every time that he's heard Zastaria's voice, he's always like, fireball!
Wait, he heard Historia?
No.
he didn't hear his voice.
He did-
He
he
saw.
He did
saw
fireball
eyes.
these creatures last time. Like just immediately he started.
Zephyr is
fireballing.
very good at the
Not.
spontaneous fireball.
He would not because he needs to conserve some spells because he used a shit ton last time. I already thought about that.
Zephyr's actually more intelligent now. Why?
So our Zephyr, sounds like Zephyr and Razu are currently indecisive. Don't know what to do.
Well, you're saying that
Well, I cast light for Zephyr already.
I did not hear that.
I
Okay.
did it on the shield. You did, because you're like, oh, it'd be
Light,
easy.
yes. I thought she said life. And I was
what
like,
what
light.
is this? What is the fire
Which actually
around
means
us?
technically it
That's
wouldn't
not
hit
a
him
fire
yet,
aura.
I'm
right?
not paying attention at all.
That's what you just
You
rolled
just
the con
cast a
save
spell.
for.
That's what you roll the Constitution saving throw against.
Wait, because I did that for Zephyr already, he already took his turn.
I would run at
So he
him,
wouldn't
ready
get
to
hit till
swing.
next turn, right?
Technically, that wouldn't happen until the
Yeah,
beginning of Zephyr's
okay.
next
He
turn.
just
yes.
barely walked out.
I would run at. Do I know that the spell came from that direction?
You don't know that
You
the spell came
know
in that
that
direction.
the-
However, you
That's
see
not
a
how it
light, a glowing green light.
You got hurt
he
like a lot, and that's now glowing. This is now glowing.
It's a glowing-
about 40 feet from you.
Not gonna end well.
I would run towards him as much as I could, ready to swing.
What's your movement?
30.
30. If you want to dash, you can get up to him.
I would dash.
Okay. You dash up, and as you can see within 5 feet, as you dash up, scythe drawn, as you see Rickshaw currently, as you would get to him, just his hand seems to glow, and he's healing himself.
Oh, he doesn't look like you want to anymore? Huh? Okay.
Oh, Razu.
Inside check.
Inside track.
Sketched out.
Cool.
Oh wait, did you start your turn in here?
He's surprised.
He already took the damage.
He did roll. He failed.
Well, okay.
You're both glowing.
He did start his turn, but he took 22 damage.
Yeah, that's what. So
Gotcha.
Zephyr failed as well.
Yeah, you see the
Technically,
glowing
Zephyr
thing
decided
running
action.
at you.
Okay, so with that, just took a little
You're
bit,
probably
fine.
on
I would
Team.
then call out to Zephyr and Tiku.
It's Rickshaw.
Can I hear
Where's
that?
the enemy?
No,
Can
there's
they
some
hear that?
glowing eyes. I'm trying to attack it.
You two can hear each other. You can't hear that.
I didn't hear
Razu
that.
seemed to have just run off.
I
into
would
fog.
then just be like,
Oh my
can
god,
still see
y'all are
the-
paranoid.
I would grab Rickshaw and then walk back to Tiku.
He can see the
You
glowing.
can drag Rickshaw exactly one square.
He would start to drag
I would
Rickshaw.
start to drag Rickshaw back to Tiku and Zephyr.
Sweet, free 5 foot movement.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh,
So with that, it is its turn.
oh no! Oh, there's
I mean,
muscular
technically, I rolled a
arms
20,
carrying
but-
me.
Oh, you haven't gone yet. I apologize.
I'd just keep walking, so I did full movement. Probably even bonus action dash while I'm there. I don't know if you're doing in combat half stealth speed. No.
Yes.
If you're maintaining stealth while in combat, you would have made half that if you were dashing.
Technically, you could
I guess
action dash
I,
as well.
I would be. Yeah, I would be moving it full. So I'd probably also action dash too if there was nothing to do. Because I would be in a hurry. Because whatever.
So you'd make it 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, whatever it said. But then that would be it.
Okay. So with that, we had Rickshaw, Zephyr, and Tiku that failed, right?
What?
Rickshaw, Tiku.
Oh, the wisdom thing?
Yes.
Okay. So, Tiku, as you see Razu run off into the distance or run off into this mist, and you're like, or being left behind again, you're ready to swing. You kind of like turn to Zephyr, and Zephyr's eyes now look orange to you and seem to be burning. As he goes, I think I found them. And he's going to cast. What level spell slots does he have available right now?
He
Told you should have fireballed.
I would like to counterspell.
You can't see
You
him.
can't see him.
He has level 2 and level
Apologies.
4.
What's his highest level spell slot?
Level 4.
He has one level 5 left.
Oh.
Not left. What's his? It's
Oh,
right?
six.
Six.
Okay.
He has
Six
6
is his
levels.
This
highest.
is not consuming his spell slot. The
Oh, okay.
creature
6 is
uses
his
its
highest.
spell slots, but mimics your spells. But it can't mimic higher than what you have. So it is going to mimic his lightning
Ball.
His lightning ball.
Does he want lightning arc or lightning or fireball?
He's fireballing.
I think you would like the lightning arc.
So is it like for visual sake? Is it like something that looks like him cast from behind him, or
So-
is it like him actually casting?
So what it would look like
It's
to you,
11d6.
Tiku, is as you look at Zephyr, his eyes seem to almost like be ignited and burning, and he seems to almost like point up and cast lightning as he. But it's much more, almost like lackadaisical than he normally would. In addition to that, as his hand moves up, it instead, similar to the almost like shadows that you had been seeing in this, it is almost like a shadow of Zephyr, just and shoots it off. And then
He's got like an after image, like a shadow after.
very much so. And then as you look at Zephyr, upon bringing his hand down, just seems to blink and the fire is gone. And then he's again like, it's somewhere here, Tiku. As doesn't
Doesn't
seem
even-
to have
Wait,
no
you said
idea.
you found
With that, I need Razu, Rickshaw, and
Do you want me
Kane
to roll
make
the
dexterity saving
11d6?
throws. Yes. I'll let you go ahead and roll for it.
Womp womp womp.
44.
It actually
He's
uses
cooked.
its spell DC.
I got a
24 with 11d6?
44.
Okay. I
20.
was going to say.
That's good though.
It's its save, which is 17.
Okay, so 20 saves.
So save. So you take half of 44 lightning damage.
Jesus, that's what I did to myself last turn.
What'd you get?
My own save.
Okay, 44 lightning
I'm
damage.
going to reaction cast absorb elements to take half that.
Does it require sight of your target?
I do not believe so. I'm pretty sure it's just when you take damage. Spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effects. You have resistance to the triggering damage type. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about sight.
I'm
Okay.
actually.
So as you hear like a shoot, and you turn, and you just see this like static, this static pulse, much like an EMP, just, and it almost seems to like spread that red mist a little bit as well. It almost like pushes it out before it quickly seems to pull back in.
In
With that,
moment, could
Tiku-
I see Rickshaw and Razu?
I would say yes. For the sake of that, I would say that you guys are able to see Kane, and Kane is able to see you.
From the exploding.
And from you, Tiku, you can see this creature. It looks like a shield around Zephyr. It almost looks like he has a fire element to him.
Kane, friendly fire.
Do you wish to take your reaction to hit it? As you were holding your action.
Hold still, Zephyr.
Go ahead and make an attack.
All these combats have creatures where we have to reaction to hit them.
No.
They're all
13.
they're all like parasites, man.
19 to hit?
13. 13 to hit.
13 actually still hits.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Barely cut the chat.
Not great damage, but
11.
11. Okay. Zephyr takes 5 points of slashing damage. As you attack, you cut into Zephyr, and Zephyr's like, "What the heck, Chiku?" Is the fire where you hit it though very much so seems to split and almost pull apart. You get the impression that you did in fact damage whatever this creature is.
It's on you. It's in. It's around you.
With that, it's your guys' turn. It is currently occupying the same square.
Oh, wait, top of the.
Possessing
everybody's
you.
starting in the.
So yes, technically
This
would
is where
be-
Zephyr would take the 22 damage.
This is where Zephyr and Tiku would both. Tiku, you now need to roll. Razu, you need to roll again.
is he not
I
re-rolling
need to
for
roll
it? Or
again.
He
no?
No,
will be
he's
re-rolling
going
for
to
it,
roll
but Zephyr
Roll for
already
initiative?
took the
Oh,
damage.
sweet.
Pay attention.
I got
For the
25.
spell, make a Constitution saving throw.
Do you want me to just keep Zephyr's last
Oh, no,
roll?
no,
'Cause
it's
he
my-
didn't
my-
take
Yeah,
it?
This is
so
where
I
Zephyr
think-
happens.
I don't
Zephyr
think
just
any
took
damage.
22 damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
Zephyr
okay.
already took the damage.
Now
Okay.
Tiku needs to make a check.
Oh.
The creature would also? Oh, or it already...
No, the creature would.
Yeah,
It
I was
would've
gonna- on its turn, yeah.
It would have on its turn.
28.
That would pass.
That said,
That's 25 damage this time.
Is exactly a 21. This doesn't do
That
damage
fails.
if you succeed, right? No, his check is.
Yeah, there's no
21.
damage
Check
if you
is
succeed.
22 is what he said.
Is your check 22 or 22? 21.
21, but I'm saying the damage is 25.
I thought he rolled a 21.
No, it was
and failed.
22 damage. What you're thinking of?
No,
Okay.
he rolled a 20.
What'd you get with your Constitution saving throw this turn?
21.
What did Tiku get?
28.
20.
Aren't I out of it?
Okay, so both of you guys succeed.
No.
No.
We all
You
succeed.
guys, you guys all take half of 25
Yeah,
points
it's
of
bigger.
damage.
We
You need
didn't
to roll
have a-
concentration.
we didn't have the-
I don't believe you take
have to
half
show
damage. I
it.
think it's a all or none.
Oh yeah, no, you are
Oops.
right. I apologize. So none of you guys would take damage.
I accidentally clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah. What do you,
What
what do you
is
guys
this
want to do?
mist?
Yep, it's an all or none. I'm going to expend 2
So, did the
more sorcery
creature-
points to twin cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. Targets are myself and Razu.
Okay.
What is this mist? What the shit? Rosie, where'd you go? It's on Zephyr!
So that's
Can I hear that?
for 18 HP.
You go for 18. Due to the lightning ball kind of dispersing this red phosphorus, I would say yes.
So
You
I
are
hear
able
it
to that.
too?
Yes.
I just hear
And
say
then
that
can
it's
I
on
see
Zephyr.
30 feet away from me now?
Can Zephyr see it on himself?
you can see over here.
Is that out of
The
the?
lightning ball hit right here, and I was saying that you can see through the lightning ball.
Is that out of the area?
Yes. If you want to appear
My-
next to Kane.
Yes, I will appear next to Kane.
This is probably gonna hurt.
And then I'm going to look at
Technically,
Kane. Kane,
This
are
would
you,
also still be dispersed as well around my fire.
Kane, are you
Slightly,
injured?
Yes.
Decently.
I will then use my last sorcery point to quicken spell a level 1 Cure Wounds.
Triple cure.
Zephyr is really known for friendly fire.
Zephyr,
Oh,
hi,
unfortunately,
you.
it's just 8.
That's better than
Oh,
nothing.
get off, Zephyr!
She's gonna use Draconic Cry. Draconic Cry to give her advantage.
Okay.
Trying to try to smack it off Zephyr. Can Zephyr see it on himself?
As soon as you point it out and Zephyr looks at him, it seems to follow him, but he does notice it.
How does
He
he
can see
attack
it on
himself?
So he's gonna pull a Zaga moment.
I'm gonna ask him to move, and then I'll slice where
The after image.
the after is. So if maybe I don't hit him,
Okay.
I don't know if that'll work, but we're gonna try this. First one is a 19 crit.
19, I would say hits.
19 crit, I said. So
Oh, well then, yeah, it's definitely gonna hit.
so it'd be a
I mean,
28, technically.
Just because you have a keen weapon doesn't mean that 19 is guaranteed.
She
to
hit it with a
anyway.
14 on her last turn.
I hit it with
Right.
13.
I'm just
but-
saying if you were trying to hit a dragon and you rolled 19, that doesn't necessarily guarantee to hit.
and
She
then
already
a natural
knew
20,
it's
and then an 18.
I understand. I'm just
Jeebus,
Advantage, woo!
you hit him. All 3 times, 2 crits.
How'd you hit 3 times?
Because I'm a fighter.
Oh.
Welcome to not multi-classing.
Yeah. She's a level 11 fighter. At level 17, she gets to hit 4 times.
17.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Level 20. I thought
No,
you get your
it's
final attack
17.
on level 20.
13.
It's when most classes get their 9th level spell slot, which is 17th level.
13.
Yeah, fighters go hard though.
If you want to hit stuff fast and hard, play a fighter.
16.
Yeah,
Okay.
8 attacks
While
in one
she's rolling
turn.
damage, what are other people doing? You were trying to drag Rickshaw as he seems to
Tico's gonna.
blink out of your hands.
Well, I would walk back to Tiku.
Did I use my blade last time? No, I didn't. I don't
You
have
used
any.
some of it.
I don't have any of my short rest things used, so I don't think I used it last fight before a previous long rest.
I think that's actually correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm
That
gonna
said,
use,
did you use any of your hit die on that short rest where you were eating?
I did 3, but I'll
Okay.
use.
Pulls from the same pool.
Yes, I'll use 4 on this crit.
This thing was in my wall of fire, yes? So it is most likely immune to fire damage?
It's probably safe assumption.
4d10.
Alright, I want to go last.
So with the crits and the weapon, I just roll them. I don't actually, I don't max the extra dice, right? The hit
Your-
die, effectively, that I'm using.
Yeah.
You just
Written
don't
rating
roll them
skill,
again.
does it have, like,
You
a
just
visual
max them.
effect?
I just max them. I don't
So
roll
I
them
would-
again.
I would-
Yeah, so
Okay.
normally we have the max and then you roll. But
So
with
it's a-
that one,
it's
as
a-
you're
like
adding
a
it, same thing I do with the
green,
Barbarian's Brutal
image
Critical.
from the ground.
You don't
Okay.
max it and then roll again. You just add the max roll of it if you're
Okay.
using it on a crit.
Okay.
Little did I know, I just turned you into a one-shot. Like, that's what it does.
96 damage.
Jave.
She does have the butcher's bib.
That's not why.
Doesn't the butcher's bib like
It did let me
increase
crit on
damage?
one.
It doesn't increase crit damage.
'Kay.
It increases her ability to crit. It's just 1920.
Oh, so crit threshold?
Yeah, and then her weapon is what
For the sake of how you
makes her
called
crit
it,
so scary.
I'm gonna give Zephyr equivocally resistance on this.
So it takes a quarter damage.
Yeah, so he's gonna take a quarter of 96.
Ugh.
So that's 24.
Ooh.
As you actually are successfully able to mostly cut this the silhouette that seems to be following Zephyr. That said, he's not quite quick enough to dodge as you and just clip him with your cleaver as you clip into his side. And Zephyr is, I believe, almost down.
No, he's 34 temp HP.
No, that's his firing.
That doesn't do anything against
Yeah.
her
That
slicing.
only does fire damage.
That's why I'm taking it directly off his hit points.
I didn't. I just saw temp HP 34.
Okay. We still have Zephyr to go. We have Gurgle to go.
It's not
Keep
I
off
full
of him
move
yet?
that.
No.
Oh shit!
I
what
wouldn't
is this
walk into that
creature?
though. As soon as I hit the edge of that thing, I'd still walk around.
Or
it.
he's gonna cast hold. Does he have hold monster?
It is a 5th level spell.
I mean, metagame, I would say this way, but I wouldn't know. So
You can literally see us. We are all glowing.
You can see light.
yeah, but I don't know which. Would I even be able to tell which way is the shorter distance?
No. No,
That's what I'm.
He's
trying
gonna
to
cast
say.
hold monster
So
on
we'll
this
say
thing.
we'll say odds that way, evens that way.
See, this is why you always have my rule
Odds.
of always go left.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That'd be your dash if you're maintaining stealth.
Keep going. Full movement unless I have something to hit or something to see.
Okay, you are still moving, as you specifically said you kept a big distance behind Rickshaw. Okay, he's gonna cast Hold Monster on
I
it.
also don't know what's going on. I
Wisdom
just
saving throw.
know generally something's happening.
Ooh, yes.
And then he steps.
And then he
out of it.
steps out of it.
It very much so does work. As he
Should have done that
effectively,
before
as
I
he's
moved.
kind of like looking at it.
I think it was a little too ambitious.
also
Kind of
would
like
have
thinks
auto
about
crit.
after you hit him. He's like, "Why did you hit me so quickly?" As he places his hand on it, and almost like a static shock pulses through whatever this fire silhouette is, and then he steps backwards out of it, and there seems almost like it's been shocked. It's almost shaking in place.
And then
There
he-
is a fire silhouette of Zephyr that he has just stepped out of.
And then he's gonna drink a healing potion as a bonus action, and he's gonna yell out, I caught the thing, monster! Razu, get your ass back here!"
I don't think Zephyr swears, but apparently he does now.
Wait, is the thing in the
That'll work. I basically just have another one of those.
I go
It
back.
is, but it hasn't gone yet. It just got held monster.
Okay.
What are you
That's
doing?
good.
I go back.
So you want to dash back?
Can Zephyr know that,
Roger's just.
Doesn't he have to? Don't they have to roll again
Yes, you.
for sickening radiance?
He never re-entered it. He was always in it.
But he started his turn just barely.
We already
Oh,
did.
no,
already
they
did all
They all
that.
We already
succeeded
did
against
that.
it.
Oh, okay.
They all succeeded.
And then he's gonna, does he recognize this cloud as Rickshaw's?
Rickshaw did cast this
Oh
once.
yes, you guys. Well, you just saw this spell. This would be fresh in all of your minds, actually.
Yeah.
Then he's
You would-
gonna
you
yell
would know
out
what
to
it is,
Rickshaw,
but-
Rickshaw, if you can hear me, dispel this damn cloud!
Is the monster in the cloud?
No!
Are you lying?
I don't think Zephyr would lie. I'm gonna be honest.
Can they hear though? I thought you said that there was some audio issues.
The lightning ball cleared it up just
The
enough.
lightning ball I said would clear it up for until
Basically until the
Zephyr
start
had
of
a
the next
chance to
turn.
go.
It.
Technically, at this point, it would be. We'll say it finishes out this round.
I got it held!
Okay, I'm not dropping it.
Okay, can Zephyr get out of the cloud? He's gonna try to get out of the cloud.
He just 2 steps here.
Yeah, Zephyr's gonna try to back up and get out of the cloud. He's gonna back up even more if he can. Not where he can't see too much, because I know the...
It's 5 feet of vision.
Does the
Okay.
cloud deal damage at
Then-
end of turn?
Beginning.
I would
Yeah.
walk past it just to get out,
How much am I moving per turn?
and then just chill there.
Currently 60. Because your movement speed's 40, right?
So
You have an action.
So it would take,
Action dash.
if it's a 60-foot radius, times pi, 200-ish, probably, like 190-ish.
The answer is you'd make it on your next turn.
Mm-hmm.
You could get to him on your next turn if you did it again. If you double dash.
Yeah, I was just trying to think about how long it would take me to get there. And
3
'cause we're
turns.
doing this a bit theater of the mind. It's like it's a tiny bit more than 3 turns, but yeah.
Technically, yes. The 4th turn is where you'd be able to get there with your movement, for sure. Okay, so that's held person. That was Tiku's turn. Razu just dashed. Cured. Kane, what are you doing?
I guess I have to action dash. And I'm gonna be on this side.
I also cannot hear them, just to be clear, right? I can't even hardly see the fire. I can maybe see the outline. Well, I guess I probably maybe
You
could
can see like almost small
fireball.
little flames.
No, I'm saying I could see the fireball. Maybe.
Oh,
Just-
the lightning ball, yes. You would have been able to almost
the blue light?
Like see a little flash.
Just in case we are going to bonus action, slam my staff on the ground and cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
Maybe it's not immune to fire. But
Is
it
whole
probably
person at the
is.
beginning or end of its turn?
End of its turn.
Unfortunate. I think it succeeded. 18?
It's a wisdom save.
There's no way hold person's higher than
17?
His DC's at 21, so.
17.
For the DC, no.
What's Zephyr's spell save DC? I'm pretty sure it's a 19.
19.
Yeah, that fails.
It is still held.
Does it need to make a
19
yes,
for
it would
wizard
need a
spells.
Constitution saving throw. 17.
17? That is a failure. So 1 level of exhaustion, turning green, and takes. Why can I never just like find it? Oh, that's my lowest damage dead. Takes 9.
Jesus.
9 radiant.
That's a low roll.
I know, it saved all the good rolls for us.
Appreciate it. Okay. It's your guys' turn.
Oh, well, he just needs to fail it 5 more times and he dies from exhaustion.
True. Hear that,
Yeah.
Razu and Zephyr?
This has to make a save again, I'm guessing.
Too bad
All
it's
of
not
you
dex
guys,
save.
or
Actually,
actually, no,
monster inside of a dex save. It's guaranteed to
just
fail.
Tiku.
Yeah.
19, which is too low, right?
Correct.
I believe so. Yes.
Roll damage. Or keep the same damage.
Oh, this
Is this her second fail, or is this?
This is Tiku's first
That's
fail.
Tiku's first
Now Razu, Zephyr, and Tiku have all failed, as well as Rickshaw.
Everybody exhaustion. Unfortunate.
But the level of exhaustion does go away.
What's the
when
damage
the
on
spell
this one?
drops.
Our
She
attack
failed.
rolls will check. Oh, does it?
Oh.
That's not as bad.
Did you want me to just use the same damage or roll again?
I usually do new instance because it's player or enemy.
What does this creature look like?
Oh,
Currently,
21.
like a fire silhouette of Zephyr.
I went from 9.
More like, again, I keep saying fire.
21
It's made out of the same
for
red mist.
whoever was stuck in there. Our players.
So a
Yeah.
phosphorus silhouette.
I feel like fire would still work because I could dissipate it.
I'm gonna
We're
go
gonna
ahead.
try.
I'm gonna go ahead and sorry, before he does that, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna not try. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on Kane.
Oh, I'm not that injured, but I appreciate it.
You're not?
I'm 14 hit points down.
Oh, well then we're gonna do it at 2nd level.
I've been scammed by a whole person.
Of course, Zephyr's gonna hold monster if it's
17.
on top of him and he's eating his
17.
life.
Appreciate the full heal, brother.
Dude. Whole person is AIDS in Baldur's Gate, and apparently it's AIDS in normal.
I knew this from
100%.
last campaign.
100%.
I had a monster that they were supposed to run from, get almost one shot on the first turn. Okay, so I assume for you, Gurnal, you're moving up, where you get to technically do that right here. Mm-hmm. You're technically on the outside of it.
I want to try, as I'm curious, I'm going to be casting Primal Savagery. It's an attack roll. And I basically, my claws basically ignite in fire. And I want to try and, slash through him to try and dissipate the red
You want to make an
mist.
attack? You have advantage, because it's a melee attack.
25.
Yeah. That would be an automatic critical as well.
Fire damage. Do I need to roll?
I just need
It's
you
paralyzed.
It's all fire damage.
to... Oh, go ahead.
15, 30, 45 fire damage.
Okay. Its silhouette is definitely falling apart. It is not dead, but it is definitely falling apart. We got Tiku, Zephyr, and Razu.
Alright, I will walk up and hit it. Exhaustion gives me disadvantage, right?
Yes.
No.
Level 1 does
Second
not.
level exhaustion
Level
gives
1
you
is
disadvantage.
ability
On
checks.
attack rolls. This is only on.
What
Level one
level
is
of
ability
exhaustion are
check.
you?
1.
You do not have disadvantage
Yeah,
on
it's just
anything that
ability
matters for
check.
this combat.
It is ability checks, so you're good.
My bad, my bad. Is Tiku flanking?
It's stunned. You have advantage.
It's paralyzed,
Correct.
so yeah, you have advantage.
Nice.
And you also auto crit.
Cool. Does a 21 hit?
Yep.
And a 13.
That probably still hits.
It does.
2 crits.
The deadly thing about this thing is it's supposed to occupy one of you.
Yeah.
And it splits the damage with its host. However, the hold person was a good play. And it failed.
You just shouldn't have possessed Zephyr first. You almost killed him, to
I
be
literally
fair.
rolled for it. I had Paul roll a d6 for me to see who it possessed first.
Here, I thought you were rolling for who was closest.
What's the damage, Razu?
If this thing dies to this, then I think it is official that Rickshaw did more damage to us than the creature did.
That is
Tiku.
82 damage, 12 of which is cold.
It's definitely enough. It's any spectacular way you want to dispatch this fog, this misty silhouette.
Evil thing.
Even copies of you, still friendly fire.
That's like kind of tough.
Okay.
As he's looking
It
at
was just-
Zephyr.
And He dispatches with it. That
then
does
4
mean you
more
need to make
spell.
another save.
Is it spell?
Well, actually, because you could attack it without entering it, right? 'Cause
Yes.
You can stand behind it. Never
Yeah.
mind. You're good. 10. You dispatch with this creature right as you, Gurgle, arrive. You guys are kind of able to group back up, assuming you want to. Do you continue to maintain concentration on your spell?
You
or
guys gonna get
drop?
out of
No,
this
I let it
cloud?
drop.
Okay. He lets the spell drop as whatever that creature was or whatever the events were seems to end. You can change the scene again, Kayla, if you want.
Yeah. So once that drops, your glowingness also drops, and you lose the levels in exhaustion.
Oh, I didn't realize those ended with the
Yes.
spell too. That's,
Yes.
that's good to
I
know.
was like, that spell is kind of brutal otherwise. Like,
Oh right,
that would be insane.
That'd be like, dang.
Okay.
Adds exhaustion every time.
Keep adding exhaustion. Yeah, because you had like 2 levels.
No.
I didn't. Zephyr
Or
was
Zephyr
going
had 2
to,
levels.
but he walked out of it. So yeah, but yeah.
Okay. As soon as they
Especially
dispatch
with the
with it,
radius on
and
that
you
thing.
arrive there,
Ugh.
Gurgle, you again hear that voice. Wonderful. They dared with the one. There is more. I must stop them. And
Can we
all
hear
of
that?
you actually hear a almost sounds like something carving into stone, and then a shatter. And it seems to be coming from effectively what would be off this direction from the minis. Back towards the tunnel entrance that you have most recently exited from.
So, Gurgle, what have you discovered?
I haven't broken stuff yet.
That's true. He's been sneaking around.
Fair enough.
You guys did all hear that shatter, though.
We did not hear the voice talking to girl though.
All right. Stick together. Don't get absorbed into the mist. And it appears we've passed whatever trial was set towards us. So, but the entrance is most likely opened. I'm gonna start walking that direction.
You're immune to poison, right?
I am, yeah. I do message whoever's in the front, which I assume is gonna be Kane since he's the one leading. And so let's not over that. I'm close. Be on alert.
Okay. Gurgle says it's not over yet. He's close by.
Where was that bastard?
Who's close by?
Gurgle? That's what I just said.
You keep going
He
off
needs
on
to
your own,
give a little bit
Gurgle.
more information than he's close by.
He told me, in his exact words, I'm close by.
Oh, I'm close by, not it's close by.
Yes.
Well, where is he?
I
Close by.
I message him again. They're close by too.
Oh, apparently they're close by too.
We need more information from Gurgle.
Apparently he can hear us, so ask him.
Gurgle! Don't be so cryptic.
I'm walking.
Message Kane again. I can't message him. He's got some brain thing going on.
You apparently are not able to be spoken to.
Yes, that is with good reason.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Why don't you just come out, Gurgle?
Gurgle and Kane, you notice this red mist seems to be
I actually
almost
have exhaustion,
fading.
so I have a -5 to my passive. I forgot about that till just now.
So it would be Gurgle. Gurgle, you notice this red mist or this phosphorus dust seems to be dissipating. It's slow, but it seems whatever was keeping it up or holding it in place seems to be gone.
I didn't even see the creature. They killed it before I got
You
close
did
enough
not,
to see
no.
it. Yeah.
Tiku's sticking close to Zephyr because Raza just
Keep
took
going,
off.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm literally like right there.
I'm
Are you
just
guys
trying to
moving
keep a
with
lookout.
Kane, or are you guys? Okay. So as you guys start to move,
I will get ahead of them though. Towards this thing.
okay. Gurgle kind of moving forward a little bit quicker. Within a
With my staff still ignited, I'm just carving a way through to dissipate it faster in front of me.
all right, easily enough, almost like cutting through fog that you're able to dismiss, evaporating it. You're taking your staff and
Basically just like spinning it in a circle.
Can the boots of
works.
false tracks leave tracks where you otherwise would not be able to?
Mhm.
Like on a stone surface?
it'd be like it effectively would leave like mud tracks. things like that.
Interesting.
Okay, with that, within a few moments, Gurgle, you kind of find your way again forward to where you're at the front of the group, and there's a small silhouette that seems to be approaching you. Very clearly seems to be waving in front of him, like seemingly pushing something out of the way. Kane, you can actually, all of you guys would be able to see this. Gurgle, you would be the first one to see him, but within a few moments, you guys can see something seemingly waving its hand in front of it. After a little bit, you're like,
Hail.
it stops like about 15 feet from you as you call out to it. Yes. And then he walks a little bit closer.
Are you the curator of this trial?
At this point, he gets within 10 feet of you, and as this starts to dissipate, you can make out a little bit better of what this small seemingly red grung. He has kind of a white beard that is a little bit like stubbled but burnt, so still short. It looks like it probably would grow a little bit longer if it wasn't constantly burned. Also, it'd be the first time you've ever seen a grung with a beard. They don't typically seem to grow hair. With that being the case, that same like liquid that mucus that seems to constantly cover Gurgle is not on this creature at all. It seems extremely dry. What was typically a little bit more of like a bulbous body of a grung is instead much more thin. The muscles or the muscles are actually toned enough that rather than seeing almost what appears like almost like bulbous arms to where a normal like fat like frog limb might be, you instead see what is more so a lean, dried out, albeit very wrinkly skin. Red grung doesn't look that too undifferent from Gurgle. A much older and withered version of Gurgle as he walks up.
How much can I see of this thing? Because I would obviously have tried to get close enough to realize.
You get close enough that about the same time that they do, as you're moving a little bit more stealthily, you are also able to make out the details of this grung. It very much so has a strong resemblance to Roko. If he was much thinner, seemingly more physically strong than what you remembered, but perhaps less imposing magically. The presence that he seemed to give off when you were young, either you have gotten more powerful or he does not seem to have that same kind of almost arcane aura. Seems a little bit more physical.
Not Gurgle.
Roku?
Looks.
I message him and I say,
Grandpa? As you say, Roku, he kind of turns and goes, "No. Roku, there. Are you here, Gurgle?"
Gurgle, I found you.
Still being a little bit cautious
look
about this volcano insight check.
like you've aged.
For you guys, you see that this who is now identified himself as Roko,
long time.
kind of turning to the left, takes almost like an aimless step forward, still into this red phosphorus mist. What'd you get?
18.
18.
Seems real.
Seems confused,
but seems real.
but doesn't seem to have anything hostile. Seems genuine excitement. As he said it.
Would it also be like would insight also account for like magical illusions?
No.
That'd be
Investigation is
investigation.
illusions.
Gurgle,
I probably
found
would
grandpa
not
version
be
of you.
too worried about illusions at this point. So actually, I'm just gonna say then I drop stealth and I run and give him a hug.
Okay. As you guys
Holy
see, he
shit.
kind of like steps out the side, and then Gurgle seemingly, you're kind of like looking, and you see rocks periodically. So one of them just seems to, and quickly runs in and hugs what is Gurgle, not being that tall himself, still stands a good 8 inches above what is this about roughly just under 3 feet. He's right around your height, Tiku. As Gurgle kind of like a little bit above him, as he kind of reaches out and he pats you on the back and he goes, "How are you here?" I was going to ask you that. And he kind of turns and looks at this red phosphorus and he says, You were caught in my mist. Did you find Did you find the snakes that you want to see? They've been looking for me for some time, but
One
I
of-
dispelled the mist.
I wave.
One of them.
Is this conversation?
Not that
ongoing?
one.
Make a persuasion check.
Is
I'm going to
this-
give you advantage. I'm going to have you make an intimidation check.
Is this conversation in Grung?
No, he seems to be. He is very much so talking in common.
That was a nat 1 for a total of 7.
What was your persuasion?
Well into the 20s.
Okay, you were rolling against his intimidation, so
Not even close.
he looks at him and goes, "No, he's not. It's not that you want to. It is. It is the snakes who invaded our home. They've been
Uh-huh.
looking for me and they found me, but I trapped them in this mist. But I had to dispel the mist." Because again, he looks around and now he seems a little bit more frantic. He says, "The talismans. I must make my way back. I must activate the talismans." And he immediately kind of goes around you, breaking the embrace and the hug from you, and turns and starts to quickly run past you, back in the direction you guys had come from.
Can I do a perception check for these so-called Yuan-Ti in this mist?
Go for it.
Tiku's gonna just start following him.
I'll also keep an eye out, but I will run with him.
21.
Okay. You are keeping an eye out as you guys are effectively just fall in line with who seems to be Roko. It does not take you near as long to get back to the campsite you guys were at. It seems whatever this mist was or whatever was happening, the magical nature of it that seemingly caused you to get lost almost seems to end. The room now seems much more natural in sizes. Within about a minute or two, you're able to quickly make your way back to that campsite. You can see the remnants of what you had cooked, Tiku, as well as his campsite itself. As he kind of like looks at the rock seat that he had made with the pillow and the blanket that you had put on it, Tiku, he seems a little bit confused, and then he looks and within a moment seems to go frantic as he looks to the
slates.
bookshelf that is currently empty. He looks it seems he looks to the side where his bedding was. He goes, "The slates are gone. They must have made it here already.
No,
That was
We are
us.
not safe."
that wasn't them. That was us.
Wait. What did you do?
We threw them in the lava because they were attacking us.
Oh no.
Not
The-
all of
the-
them.
We have a couple.
Most of them are broken.
2 of them.
Where are they? Quickly, we must reactivate their magic. The ceiling will break. He will be free.
Who?
I pull out the one with Tiku's name on
We-
Tiku's signature.
We need a little bit
Will
more
be
context. Who will be free?
I don't know who you're talking about.
As you pull it out and you guys are asking these questions, he grabs the tablet and he quickly starts to pour over it. Within a moment, he seems to get to the bottom and he goes, "Oh no! It seems we are too late." At this point, almost seemingly in response to this, you hear like a larger. Hard to tell if it was an explosion or some kind of a rock slide.
Because nothing
Is
can go right on this
who-
volcano.
Who is free?
Magnamemna would be my guess.
He goes.
No, that would be
He looks
good.
down and he goes, "No," and he looks to you, Gurgle. And as soon as he looks at you and you kind of like meet eyes with him a little bit confused, you again start to feel that burning feeling. It bolsters fast, quickly gets to the point like beyond the point that you can realistically bear. You guys all see Gurgle almost like starts to buckle over. And what did you say? Sorry.
I said, I don't understand. Gerber.
This is
Tiku's gonna back away from Gurgle.
Gurgle needs to make another wisdom saving throw.
Did you hear
That's
what I
called.
said?
Oh, that's not the right.
I think Zephyr would start humming the
17.
fire song
18.
that
actually.
he was humming with him before, potentially.
The primordial song.
The primordial song. To try to help him.
As Zephyr seeing that Gurgle starting to struggle, he starts to hum and gurgle. You kind of like almost like buckle over in this pain, this burning in your chest. And then it seems to stop for a moment. And you have like this moment of relief, the confusion there. And then you hear a, finally. As you guys see Gurgle effectively, all that mucus that's on him ignites. And Gurgle just and bursts of flame.
On fire!
And that's where we're going to go to break for a second.
Gurgle is on fire!
Cliffhanger, bruh.
And we are back. And yes, Jasmine, this frog is on fire. Okay, so apparently I get the inspiration this time. I don't even know how to mark this.
That frog is
I have
on
an
fire.
idea. I have an idea. I know how I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna give myself inspiration real quick.
Oh, it's the frog, killer. You're missing the beat. You're missing the song.
All right. I've given myself inspiration. So, as Gurgle seems to ignite and almost seemingly combust, much like Jack from Incredibles, as he just and seems to, again, just catch a flame, Roko kind of like quickly turning to the rest of you, and he says, "We must go. He does not have the control." And then as he's saying that, from Gurgle through the ground, it seems almost like a explosion sent through the ground, as Gurgle almost seems to fall over to his hands, and as his hands hit the ground, you guys see cracks through the stone work under you, or from him, and then immediately just kind of and spreads out from him. The ground immediately just and starts to collapse under all of you, as Gurgle in this, whatever this form is, seems to almost, hard to know if he casted or if he if this is simply the unstable nature of whatever this magic or this essence that has taken over Gurgle, what it is. But as he does, and the floor just kind of and immediately crumbles. All of you find yourselves falling. You fall a good 20 feet. So everyone needs to make acrobatics checks. If you fail your acrobatics, you will be landing prone.
Can I cast levitate on myself?
Is it a reaction?
No.
It is not.
You would not be able to then.
But that's why I asked.
You would not be able to use a reaction as this would be what is happening in response to Gurgle effectively detonating the floor under you.
21.
Zephyr, I think
Woo! Dirty 8.
I know, so he
You can
definitely
do that
does.
up to 5 creatures. So one person would not be featherfalled.
I think you have to
Actually,
upcast it
that's
if
a
you
lie.
want to do
1,
that.
2, 3, 4. No, level 1 featherfall affects 5 creatures.
Well, he doesn't have a level 1 spell, but
I mean, then he would just use a higher level spell slot, which I assume increases the creature's targeted.
Does he want to burn it to save everybody from prone, though?
well, he wouldn't know that we're all going prone. He just know we're falling.
He literally, the ground would crack and he just snaps his fingers and everyone floats.
What is he doing? Is he casting Featherfall or no?
Here.
Why can I never load?
He doesn't actually have Featherfall, apparently.
Well, the only one that has Featherfall.
He has Featherfall on himself with his ring, but he does not have.
Right. The only one that actually has the spell Featherfall. Can't cast it.
He doesn't.
Right before you get consumed by the fire, you cast Featherfall on everyone. As Gurgle's last act.
Nah, he casts Fall as he detonates the floor. It seems that
Eruption.
What did you?
eruption would be a better way to state it.
What did you call my pierce? Like fire pierce? What did you call? Like what was the
Not a
term
reaction,
you
though.
used?
So I called it
And also
True
fire
Flame.
can
I'm
only cast
open.
on one person.
So
No, the like where you pierce one level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I call.
Is it
called
just pierce one level?
He just has
That is
Featherfall.
what it does. I
Okay.
called it True Flame. Is like the word for it that would
Does
describe
anybody still
it.
have exhaustion, just in general?
Yes, Kane does.
Yeah.
Because you got cooked?
No, I got exhaustion because I stayed up studying runes.
Indeed.
Technically, so did you. So you also had one level of
Razu,
exhaustion.
Me?
Uh huh.
No.
Okay, so with that, as the floor falls out from under you,
'Cause I have
you need to make an acrobatics check. What'd you get?
You have
14.
resistance. I'm
14 is enough. You still take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Roll because you stayed up
Can
and
you
you
do
didn't take a
athletics
long
or
rest.
just under acrobatics?
I didn't have to roll for
Acrobatics
exhaustion.
as you are falling to the ground.
For whatever reason.
trying
because
to
I'm being
maneuver
frozen
through
from
the
the
air.
inside out, I guess. But it doesn't matter because apparently I'm not doing anything.
What we got? Tigu.
That's loud.
Wow, 17.
That's good. That's boss
Roll for
music.
Zephyr.
That's theming.
Zephyr has a ring of Featherfall.
Oh, true. Zephyr does not have to actually take it, so he is falling to the ground slowly.
He
What'd you get?
wins.
Acrobatics.
I got a dirty 8.
That's going to be prone. And what about you,
21.
Kane? 21. And then
I
I'm going to roll
technically
for
said that before,
Rocco.
but yeah.
Rocco got a natural 20.
Easy.
He is on top of it. Okay,
So
so
what's gonna happen?
for the sake of this, Rickshaw, I'm actually going to have you fall a little bit away from everybody.
Fair, I suppose.
All right, Kayla, you can change it. Change the map to actually show. As you guys fall into effectively what appears to be a large open cavern that was beneath you, looking off in each directions, as you can see on the edges of the map where it seems to open up, apart from this front,
This cavern
where
does not suit us, it is beneath us.
True.
you're stupid.
And he's gonna get cooked for that one the first round.
Okay, so the only area where it seems to actually go into the volcano deeper or have any kind of like a clear exit out is this front part where these are. It is very much so. There seems to be multiple tunnels that exit out that way. As far as this, it seems to just open up. You have effectively fallen into almost a massive like basin of this volcano. Okay, with that, you do get to go ahead and roll initiative again as you guys have fallen into this cavern.
Ooh.
You are utilizing your own initiative, Gurgle.
Damn.
Oh, it's terrible. He's terrible.
What they got to beat, Gurgle?
13.
I beat him.
13's the number to beat.
12.
I got an 11.
What'd that forget?
Not 13. We rolled a 5 and a 1.
Okay, so we got one person that gets to go
I
first.
apologize. I have to make my item. I know Rocco said something. What did he say? Did he say something as we were falling? Maybe I just was.
Rocco said we have to get away. He doesn't have control.
I did say when we were falling.
Zephyr is slowly falling, and he kind of like looks. And effectively, what happens for you guys, as you guys all hit the ground, you kind of gather your bearings and kind of like look up. You guys are very much so surrounded by lava. And as you look out just a bit, the lava almost seems to, almost like a bubble, just as it explodes, showing what very much so still almost seems to mimic a silhouette of Gurgle, but it is very, very, very much so looks to be. My music stopped. It is rougher. It is on fire. And it looks raging.
That's Rocco.
What are you doing? Put him back.
He was just looking at him.
I thought that was Tiku. Not Gurgle. And the Gurgle
Gurgle
was the
has
fire.
2 swords.
I was confused.
It is Gurgle.
He's subduing him, an option.
As Rocco looks over, he says, "That depends on Gurgle. For now, I think our job is to survive."
Survive by hitting?
By any means necessary.
Then
Tiku thinks Gargle turned into Fire Dragon. Fireman. Fire God.
What are you doing, Kane? You're the only one who beat
Oh,
him.
great! Gargle Fire God! Calm thy wrath.
Oh, great cube. Oh, great God cube.
if the goal
Gurgle no longer exists.
is this a wall,
My name is Fiergas.
or is that like a gap?
Yeah.
That's what he said. Legitimately, by the way. That is actually what he said.
Is this a wall?
Oh, great Fire God!
No.
So I can jump that gap.
Do
So this is
You
as
like
open
meat.
as it looks. The only thing is it's technically like a lip up where the rock kind of like goes up into this lava.
do you like
This is a river that goes
snake?
up. So if you wanted to, if you could somehow ride the river, that technically is an option. Good luck.
River's
it's lava.
going that way?
Yeah, but yes, it is just as open. There's a river going this way. There's a river going this way. This is a wall right here. However, this is also open. So this is another cave entrance going out. There's multiple over there. So there are many ways out of this large cavern. It is very, very open.
We're gonna try it. We're gonna use a 6th level spell slot to cast Dispel Magic.
Fear gas?
See what it does.
Fear gas?
On me? On your guy?
I
don't think it's gonna work.
I assume it's not going to.
No, you could roll. This effectively would have the same effect as an item. So you could temporarily suppress it.
Damn it!
Anyway, we're gonna.
I'm gonna use portions. He actually rolled a 19.
Nope. That's gone, thank God.
Right here.
Okay.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
What is your passive perception with the -5?
14 currently.
14. Okay. All right, with that.
Would the short rest have negated the exhaustion level though, or is that only removed by long rest?
No, that is only removed by a long rest.
Okay.
I love all creatures equally charred. Little mouse. And he like leans back and
I think everyone has to make a dexterity.
I believe.
Is this a magical? Is this a spell or magical effect?
No.
Not.
Tiku can offer that. Oh, she wanted fire, not again.
I was trying not to be in range. I'm barely in range.
Oh god, I failed.
Oh, that's big.
Does it take a reaction to reflect the damage?
I got
Yes.
Oh, Zephyr rolled better than me.
I got a dirty 5.
Fail.
Dex save, you say?
This is a dexterity saving throw.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Fail.
What? Why do I even roll?
Well,
5,
okay, guys.
obviously.
Fail.
25.
He actually passed.
Seriously? 18
Wow.
is not a pass?
I got a natural 20, Tiku. Natural 20.
What?
This is the first time I've ever had a natural 20 fail a check.
What?
Fortunate. Dang it, did I close my...
Have a higher plus, bro, and then roll high.
Alright, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
Why didn't I think about that? My bad.
What is this fire?
Oh, it's
Asshole.
bigger than this, by the way.
I have a question.
It's a 90-foot cone. So technically this goes an additional
It
30
goes
feet.
out more, yeah.
Question,
Bro
Hire,
just
on
lavaed this side of the cave.
Reflect. Since I'm resistant to fire, do I only reflect the damage I take or the damage I would have taken?
What
It is the
actual
damage that you
effing
take.
Okay.
fudging?
That's it.
Oh, that's true. We do have that ring.
Actually, this was customized too. You do still have the ring, so you have resistance to fire as long as it's still active.
I don't.
I might survive.
You do have resistance to fire still, because...
Well,
I should
I'm
take
just
that back.
resistant
I'm
to
going
fire.
to say it's going to be the full.
Okay.
Oh, well, everyone is resistant to fire right now, technically.
Yeah. That's the whole reason I gave my ring away.
Why do we go from 3 battles in a row? Who's that kid was
By the way, what this actually looks like,
Stupid.
as he says he prefers all living things equally charred, and breathes out, it very much so resembles a dragon's breath at first, as the fire kind of like billows and you see it coming towards you. That said, as that fire is spreading, coming towards you, you can see there seems to be some kind of like, almost like a black fog in the midst of it, very much so like volcanic gas that seems to be swirling within this as it. For everyone that failed, which I believe was everyone but Razu, you are also poisoned.
Ah, immune to poison.
And you are not poisoned.
So I succeeded for nothing because I'm immune to
Oh no,
poison.
it does fire damage. You just also get poisoned.
How much fire damage?
Did you actually roll 55?
I did.
That's perfectly average.
Yeah.
So halved then for us with the ring.
Yes, but if you have the
So
ring,
that's
and
what,
the ring
22?
would. Yes, it would be 22, and then do the damage to the ring. Do let me know if your ring shatters, though.
Alright, do I...
My ring would have shattered, but I'm not wearing it anymore.
Can I
Make
roll the reset on every time I use it?
And it's at the end of your turn. So at the end of every turn, you would re-roll and see if it resets. Yeah, that's how all breath attacks or everything works
Alright,
for
so,
monsters.
You know what? We're gonna reflect.
Quick question on how I'm gonna play this. Does he know everything that Gurgle knows?
Yes, very,
Alright.
very intimately,
He's
actually.
gonna hurl lava at Zephyr.
We haven't done anything
29.
yet.
Pretty sure that hits.
Obviously.
It's
My AC means nothing in this fight. Cool.
Generally speaking, that happens when you get to higher levels. To be totally honest.
AC is definitely more of an early game stat in D&D, I found.
Unless you're a Gigo Chad and you just get a 28 armor class.
Dude, I got a 25 or 24 armor class. Didn't matter.
The final guy that they fought, and I didn't even buff this, had a plus 21 to hit.
Yeah, didn't even matter.
If roll
Legit.
it's now 1, would have missed anyway, even if your armor class was 5. But
Technically, with a 24, it's missing
27 fire damage on Zephyr.
do make sure you're taking it. His ring is taking the fire damage if possible.
25, you said?
27, which would be half to 13.
27, half to 13. His ring breaks.
Okay. The remaining fire damage would carry over to him.
He still
And-
has resistance though, because we all have resistance due to our food buff right now.
That is very good due to the
Food
room
gives
that you're in.
Fire resistance?
The food that she had made previously.
food that
is
I
not
made.
worn
Wait, the
off.
one that allows us to walk on walls?
Yes, same
So,
same
question.
food buff.
I have double resistance to fire. And I know it doesn't stack,
Doesn't
but
it?
with the
It
ring
doesn't
thing,
Nope.
Does not
It,
stack.
with the ring thing, didn't it like do a pseudo weird thing where it did double half?
No.
The ring just absorbs damage for you.
So you're resistant, so you take half of the initial
17
damage.
All the damage goes
and
to the
then
ring
all
until
the
it
damage
breaks.
goes to the ring until it breaks.
17 bludgeoning damage on him as well.
What that would actually look like is quite literally, it would almost just take
Throws
its
like
hand
a
down
molten
and like
lava rock.
dig a handful of lava out and just and hurls it at Zephyr. It definitely has the solid impact of lava, but also the very, very much so burning nature of it.
As the
That knocks him out, doesn't it? When I was looking at his health?
No, he took a superior healing potion.
Oh, I
Okay,
need to
we're done.
refresh. Okay.
as the wave of lava.
You need to roll a d6. Okay, and you need to roll a wisdom saving throw. This is again using Gurgle stats.
As the lava comes blowing towards me, I basically collect it. The lava still burning my hand, but I basically form it into a,
You guys are lucky I'm rolling really high on these wisdom saves.
and then launching it back towards this elemental as you take 55 points of fire damage.
It is halved, but you are not immune to it.
You are not immune to this, but you are
You have to
resistant.
track it because you didn't give me a stat block for him.
Oh, that's true. I gotta track its health, huh? Apologies, give me a second. So,
Are there rocks above him?
I don't even know what his saves are.
You'll hire him. So, we were like in a cave, but the roof like indented, and we were on the roof.
the cave collapsed.
Yeah. So, is there rocks, a rock roof above the creature?
No, it literally just fell in.
It's
Currently, there's
So
like
now
a
there
giant hole
is a
above
sky.
you. No.
Pseudo. There's a
Now-
void.
No, now the roof of the cave you were in previously, which is now instead of being 20 feet above you, is
It's
now
a 40 feet.
40
or
feet
whatever.
above you.
Yeah. It's a 40-foot cave roof.
Also, if you can figure out a way to get 20 feet in the air, you can technically go back into the other cave. Okay, use it, and it's the 55,
Yes.
which is still half.
To 23.
All right.
And then you see the little gem inside of it glow, and then you hear a voice.
Nice try, Gurgle. It didn't work.
Okay, it's your guys' turn. Rocco is going with you guys, but he's going to go at the end of the round with you guys.
All right.
This is good, right?
Did it hit everybody, or did it miss?
There's a small path.
The breath
I
attack?
didn't roll for Rocco.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. Rocco styled on it.
Doesn't he still take half damage?
How far can
Oh.
I jump without having to roll for it? How's that math out?
Your
running
strength
jump?
your strength stat is your distance to long jump if you have 10 feet of running before.
Yeah, so you have a
So
20
if you have
stat.
a 20, you can jump 20 feet, no roll. As long as you have
And
a
then
10-foot running.
it's half that, or like, no, it's your
It's
modifier
your 3
and height.
plus your modifier in height without
Yeah.
having to roll.
What are you attempting to do, sir?
So Razu could straight up just jump 8 feet.
My only problem with this song is it starts out really quiet
Can
and
you-
then it builds to the music that I want the whole time. So I want to cut off like the first
I'm
10
assuming you
seconds
wouldn't
of
let
it.
us do this, but doesn't that mean hypothetically you could run 20 feet and then jump, and if you had a 20, you would move 40 feet when you
Jump
move 30?
still
No, it's
takes
part of your
movement.
Yeah.
If
If you wanted
do
to move
not
30
have the
feet,
movement,
20 of it
you
was a
cannot-
jump, you could. If you wanted to go and you wanted to, okay, I ran 20 feet. Now there's a 20-foot thing in front of me and I have 10 feet of movement left. I jump because I can jump 20 feet.
rules on that.
You weren't able to quite jump far enough. You jumped 10 feet and then landed in the middle.
I would say that, like, technically speaking, he would reach that on his next turn. But
Nope.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm not even making this rule up, by the way. That's actually how it works.
So if you don't have enough movement and you would just
When
fall
you
in a
attempt
chasm,
to do it, it's like teleporting into a wall. Where it's like the same functioning rules. It's like you teleport into the wall and then you take the damage instantly. It's the same concept when you try and jump something and you don't have the movement to do so.
I
basically trip.
action dash
Effectively,
and then
yeah.
bonus action rage. That's my turn.
Or like it's more, the way that I would interpret it is more so like you see it and you're like, I can make that. And then you run and like, you have like a 20-foot long jump, so you jump early and you just didn't quite make it. You just misjudged
Yeah.
the distance. That's how I would interpret it. All right. Okay. Show me how you moved.
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dash. 1, 2.
All right, cool.
And then I raged.
Okay, so he's dashed and raged. This is the end of Roz's turn.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Bane on our guy there needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Go ahead and roll, Paul. You have a +3. Yes,
All right.
failed.
So
Got you home.
he is baned. So whenever this creature makes a attack roll or saving throw,
Minus D4.
yep, the target must subtract a D4 from the attack roll or save.
Negative bless.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Okay.
A negative bless. And then I'm going to activate my stone and bop me 30 feet back
Which way? You were
to safety.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so you'd be like,
So Bane just gives you a 1d4 negative to all your rolls,
It's
right?
a negative bless.
yes. Just whenever you make
It's
any
all
kind of
checks.
saving
No,
throw,
just saving throws and attack rolls.
Yeah.
saving throw or
Ability
attacks.
checks? No.
Okay, that would bring us to the rest of you guys. What are you doing?
Still making my item. And it just has 3 charges, not like equivalent to my proficiency, just flat 3.
I made it as 3, but I'd be okay with it being your proficiency, actually.
So
Okay, Zephyr's gonna move 30 feet that way. Yeah, try not to make us line up so we can and move a little closer. Trying to get out of a cone range. Then nope, we're gonna actually cast fly, and he's gonna go more because he can go 60, and he's gonna go up and right, yeah, and up.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, look, he's flying.
And then he's going to manifest mine next to Gurgle's thing.
Don't have his manifest mind out.
you could just use this.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
By the way, you guys all get to roll a saving throw on your poison condition. Everybody except him.
At the end of your turn.
Everybody is poisoned.
At the end of your turn.
So at the end of your turn, you can roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay,
Let
that
me
is
know-
Zephyr.
let me
What
know
is
what your
Gurgle
saving
and
throw-
Kane doing? Or not Gurgle. What is Tiku and Kane doing?
Disadvantage on attack roll and ability checks, huh? Tika's gonna try to get closer like Razuo did.
Okay, so we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. You can make it if you wish to jump the lava.
Yeah. I have a high enough stat for that.
Okay. You have a high stand for it. That said,
Apparently we're fighting. Okay.
you do need to roll a percentage die. What? I'll even have you roll the percentage die. Roll percentage die. On a 10 or lower, you would get hit by a gout of lava.
44.
44. Okay. As you jump over, you guys can still see like the lava very much, especially around where Gurgle is, or Virgath, as he has now called himself. You can see the lava very much. So it's like. Okay. That is Tigu. We got Kane.
I assume that his breath attack wraps around corners, so hiding behind something makes no difference, yes?
Correct.
Alright. We are gonna cast Fairy Fire on him. He has to make a dex save.
What? You have a +0 right now because he's stationary. You can't move.
That fails. He's emitting Fairy Fire.
Whoa, Fairy Fire!
A total underestimate spell. Like people sleep on it.
I don't sleep on fairy fire at all. Fuck that shit. I hate fairy fire. Okay.
Fairy
And that is the
Fire!
end of your turn, I believe. Roko. Taking the assassin of the room.
I'm also concentrating, if you want to put that.
Foot range. And a 30-foot sphere. So he would not. He can hit you guys. I believe. Give me the thing.
This is a 20-foot.
Yeah, I know it'd be a little bit bigger than this.
Actually, no, that's a 40-foot. That's a 40-foot sphere. That is a
Sphere,
20-foot
it's
radius.
20-foot radius.
So you can only hit 3 people. cool if he does this. He's still gonna do it. Yeah, he is going to cast.
You're talking about Bless? Bless is 30-foot radius. Does it say radius or diameter? Because if it's a 30-foot radius, he can hit almost everyone except for Zephyr.
Oh no, it is. It is a 30-foot radius. Marvelous. Okay, so yeah.
Zephyr's gonna counterspell. Right, Zephyr?
He's our ally.
Oh, sorry.
Roko
I
is
thought,
casting
I thought he
this.
was casting. Sorry, when Dino started saying he's gonna cast things, I think it's
No, as of this fight, I'm Roko.
He is our enemy.
Roku is on our side. Gurgle, not Gurgle,
right. I'm
not
just
on
so
our
used
side.
to when the Dean
The
says I'm gonna
tables
cast
have
something,
shifted.
It makes me go, oh, the enemies are going.
Does
it's
this
a good
mean
roll,
Roko
too.
got inspiration?
Roko just cast Mass Cure Wounds. It's 31
hell
points
yeah.
of healing.
Oh, show off.
He actually can't hit you.
Damn it.
He can't
Zephyr's
hit you or
missing-
Zephyr, so that
Oh,
was
10.
for Kane, Razu, and Tiku that he was just
15.
able to catch that.
I need 15. How much did he say you need?
He overshot you.
Where's the
You're full.
Does he, is it everyone gets that?
Everyone within range.
Or is
It's
it,
only
like,
within the
divided
60-foot
up?
radius, so that was Tiku,
Okay.
Razu, and Kane all got that healing.
Do you have the string behind?
Oh, I need 25, actually. How much did he heal?
31.
31. Oh, nice.
Okay,
Hell
and
yeah.
then he is actually going to move.
He
Victory.
would have taken a step forward to catch Razu, but he takes a single step, then casts it. So
So
That is a bad place to stand. Oh, hell no. What is
he's
this?
immune to fire. He's been in this plane for years.
As Roko,
Wait, he can hit you then.
as Roko,
So you can.
worth noting, Roko actually hops when he moves. He doesn't actually walk
Boing,
as he just. It's more of just like a hop, less full ribbit. That said,
He
as
skips.
he lands on the lava, and as he stands on it, and his feet almost start to sink in it. Effectively, he just kind of paces back and forth in order to not at all seemingly sink in it at all, because it is a slow process and does not seem perturbed by the lava at all. Also, did not seem perturbed by the fire breath that he had done from before.
So you're at no risk of dying, are you?
Gurgle looks over at you and he goes, "No, not me. But all of you, I'm fearful for." As he looks towards Gurgle. With that, it is your turn,
Maybe you could try to draw his eye out.
and it is actually Gurgle's turn. As you are temporarily able to regain control. Something that you notice as you seem to almost like gain a semblance of yourself, Gurgle. It is very much so like it's like you're almost trapped in it. It's like you are the gemstone that was in your chest, and you're looking out from it. Very much so. You understand that you don't have
reversed.
You don't have control over this body fully. However, you can influence it. You also in this at this time as you succeeded on the check of 20, can feel something feeding this magic, this Virgath. You don't know exactly where it is, but you know it's close. In this cavern, even. The something is feeding its power.
Can he talk?
Gurgle currently has control.
She was asking
You are-
if Gurgle could speak to us.
I'm letting Gurgle decide. Gurgle can do what he wants. You currently have control, although you can't move. You are locked in place. Worth noting for you guys that actually quite literally it looks like he came up out of the lava.
Gurgle?
This fire creature.
Oh.
Virgath, as he called him. I'm gonna fill the water real quick.
Could I actually cast?
Yes. In fact, you don't have access to its abilities.
You guys are separate things.
Does it have access to my equipment?
Currently, you are just acting as if you are Gurgle with no movement.
You are essentially grappled.
You can cast spells. You can even utilize your whip.
All right.
Can
I insight the fact that he was worried about us?
What's your passive insight?
14.
11.
I'm gonna take this turn to make an active perception check. Or you know what? Can I insight? Can I insight if he's trying to? I guess would it knowing that it has something that it feels like it needs to keep our attention away, would I be able to like reverse engineer what it thinks what it's trying to divert our attention away based on its intentions?
I would say, yeah, you can make an insight check for that.
Because it seems like it's like it knows that something's there and it's thinking about it in the back of its head, but it doesn't want to think about it because it doesn't want me to know.
Very much so. In fact, as you think about it, that's why you can now sense it. It's not exactly that you know it's there, it's that you can feel that Virgat is looking or protecting something.
21.
21. It's actually really freaking high. Jesus.
Pretty good insight.
Okay, you don't know what it is. However, there's actually two directions that Virgat seems to be kind of focused on. One of them is actually over here, and the other one is right here behind you. He seems to be focused on those 2 points, that albeit slightly, and it's not apparent, which is why none of your teammates have noticed it, and you only noticed it as you are currently in partial control.
I mean, that's my full turn, but I will still.
You guys must stop him. There's something nearby. Magic things.
Again, with the non-specifics.
Well, whoever that dude is that I don't
Kane.
know. Yeah, Kane. Over by Kane.
That's specific.
Okay, that's what you got. I mean, it kind of works out because he doesn't have.
And then I rolled a 2 for my next wisdom, so.
As he says, over by, and then his word seems to, it almost seems to burn as he goes, Kane.
Oh.
I think he's after you.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys doing? Again, I'm having Roko go at the end of the round.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Blight on our fire guy.
Go ahead. I believe it's Dex. No, it's Con. It's Con.
Does it get my stats?
You also get, remember the
Minus
D4.
1d4.
Technically, it depends on who succeeds. That said,
Is your blight concentration?
-3.
No.
Or bane concentration? Like
Bane is concentration.
failed.
-3.
It's got a big plus, but that's not that big.
He got a -3.
That's 39 necrotic damage.
Look at that roll.
Natural one minus
and a max
4.
bane.
Said 39.
39 necrotic.
I don't think even a dragon could have passed that with that roll.
Okay.
I feel like most gods would struggle to pass that with that roll.
All right, that
And
is
is
your
there
action.
anyone near me?
Not currently.
Okay, I think
Closest person's Kane.
I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay. What are we doing?
Oh, poison for last
Oh,
round.
wait.
I forgot to
Sorry.
roll.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna bonus.
Save is it?
I'm gonna bonus
con
action
save.
drink a potion.
Con
One of
save
my
for-
healing
for
potions.
everybody that's rolling for the poison. And
That's a fail.
everybody's poison except Raju.
Unless a 10 succeeds.
Wait, do I not have healing
Tiku
potions? I
get
guess I don't have a healing potion. Never mind.
24?
Unfortunate. He's out of potions.
You
Does it win
Oh,
if
I
it
have.
matches?
Nope, that's a 0.
should
A
have
match is a
3
save.
supreme healings.
Yes.
You used up all 3 supremes?
I never had 3 supreme.
You should have gotten 3 supremes before we even got to this volcano.
No one gave them to me.
We said everyone marked down 3 supremes.
I believe someone said not to Rickshaw, and you guys.
No,
followed.
I think I explicitly asked if Rickshaw, and then Trinity said yes.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought
And
he
Trinity
did.
was the one holding inventory.
Okay. Then I'm gonna drink one of those.
Mark that you have the other 2, because you for sure should
Yeah.
all have them.
Well, I don't.
True.
Yeah, because you lost all your stuff.
That was because of a card, though. What are people doing?
I don't see anything near me, but right?
Quick glance now.
I just have disadvantage, so I don't even want to try. We'll use our action to perception check.
Go for it. That is a disadvantage.
Wait. So
Try to save you
Trinity
guys.
rolled a natural 20.
On the table, sir.
But you're saying
23.
your poison thing is 24?
24, yeah. That's the same.
Trinity literally legit can't pass it.
So effectively, what you would see is, as Zephyr is flying, he's just constantly.
I
he's
can't
coughing
pass
this
that fucking
black
ether.
mist.
Wait, so it was a 24 and it was 24 when I passed it?
No, the poison con save is a
No.
24.
How much was the
That's the
dex
poison.
save?
The poison lasts for a minute, by the way.
The dex save is pretty bad.
So you also can wait it out.
I have no choice but to wait it out.
Let's
That
just
was
say
a 23
he didn't pass and
perception.
he got a natural 20.
Say again?
23
I'm aware.
perception with disadvantage.
It's between
I would have had a natural
22
20.
and 25.
The only reason I told her it was a 24 is because she actually hit the save. And I needed to clarify if you hit the save, if it counts. Okay.
As you take a quick look around and you look inside that almost crater in the ground with it very much so does seem to be filled with rocks. You can see a face.
This the paintings from before?
No, an actual something buried. As you can see, what appears to be a green face, a little bit more pronounced of a snout. It almost looks like to be a snake-like face that is almost painted black.
What the shit?
As soon as you walk over to it and it's like, what the? Both of its eyes just immediately open up.
Holy shit, it's alive!
See that effectively? It would now enter the shield.
Is that a Marilith?
Holy shit, it is.
As you look into it, and a very alive Yuan Ti seems to break out of it. It does have 4 separate arms. In the bottom 2 hands, it seems to be holding a red orb, very similar to almost the glow that you've seen in Gurgle's chest whenever he's about to blow. It is currently a deep dark blue aura seems to be emanating from it. And then in the other one, it seems to be a very, very bright red core to it, but there's a thick black almost like shell, to the point that whatever the ember or the flame, the light inside of this is, would have to be extremely bright, as it barely still fades through and shows you how thick this rock is.
And that's in her left hand?
And so that's in the forearms. Right hand, left hand. One hand has a mace and the other has a sword.
So red gem, rock that has a really bright light, mace and sword?
Yes.
Okay. As it pops out, and I just basically spin my staff and get in a ready stance, and I'm going to bonus action enter my shifted form, as basically golden scales race along my body, almost popping out of the skin as I just grin and I just say, "Well, time to die."
I agree, you'll die quick. Okay, that's his turn. He's gone as well. I need Tiku, Razu.
Well, you shall swing on fire elemental.
Zephyr's going to.
22 to hit.
Hold that thought for a second, Tiku. 22. Monster. 22 hits.
21.
21 hits.
You can do a turn while I do some calculations.
Zephyr's going to fireball the Yuanti.
He is so on point with these reactions. Just
Dexterity saving throw for the lightning ball. It's a 19 on the die, which I do believe he's going to succeed.
His save is 19.
Yes, it is.
Which means he takes half damage, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that is fireball.
Worth noting for you, Gurgle, as you're still being able to see outside of this, you very much so recognize that Yuan-Ti.
He's actually, he can use.
FSFL.
52 slashing, 12 cold.
Channel Divinity, he can use it to max his damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna do that. So that will be.
He currently has 3 uses of his channel divinity
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
with his item that he has attuned.
So that is
52 slashing.
He has Great Weapon Master.
Yeah, so that's 20.
20 plus 7 plus 7 plus 2 plus 2 from rage and just the weapon itself. And 2d6.
think
I
rage
roll
gets
1s and
double.
2s.
Does Rage get
Once. If you
I know,
re-roll
once.
another one, okay.
If you you must use the second roll.
Okay. What'd you say, Tigu? I need the damage on the lightning bolt.
double? What's 9 times 6? 54? 54 for the fireball?
Okay.
On the Yuan-Ti?
27.
On the Yuan-Ti thingy?
Yep.
What is that ghost next to us?
That's his manifest mind.
Oh. Are we supposed to kill the elemental or the Yuan-Ti? Oh, that's his Gurgle, right?
Gurgle pointed out this.
Tico is in the wrong spot. Oh, Tico doesn't know what to do.
What is Tiku doing?
Tico's too far away.
I'm going to Blood Curse of the Muddled Mind, the elemental. Hopefully give Gurgle new.
You're actually rolling the elemental.
Cursed creature within 30 feet must
What is it?
has
Minus
disadvantage on its next con saving throw for maintaining concentration before the end of my next turn.
This Bane's going hard, dude.
Heck yeah.
Too bad I don't think you actually roll a saving throw on this one.
This isn't
gonna
the same.
run back.
If he has anything he has to concentrate on, he has to do it. I'm doing it just to
He has
see if it helps
disadvantage
Gurgle.
on his
Okay.
next concentration check.
What is Tiku doing?
Running back.
Disadvantage
Big
and the Bane.
Yeah, I guess so.
10, 15.
opportunity attack.
Disengaging.
Wait, why are you?
No, but
She's
she's going
attacking
to
Deontay.
use a evasive footwork.
Gives him disadvantage on the attack roll.
It adds to my AC.
Right there. You were getting attack of opportunity. Hey.
Can I use either of its attacks?
No, this has to be the melee. So
melee?
in this case, it would be the slam.
Bane.
That doesn't matter.
It might.
It's over 30.
It might, depending on what she rolled on her AC.
Not over 30. 26. That's my AC.
Yeah, it's a lot over 30. It's like 34.
Minus 2.
Even with the -2, it's still like a 34.
And you're dashing, Tiku? Okay, so that would get you there right there. You still have your bonus action.
Technically a 33 if that makes you feel better.
Is he within 20 feet of me now?
Maybe?
And then chuck a hand axe at him.
Okay.
16 fire damage and 15 bludgeoning damage.
An alchemy check.
It's like intelligence.
Yes.
If you're proficient in it, yes.
Yep, we're
He
gonna
is.
do a quick toss as a bonus action.
Okay, and then would you roll to hit with your hand axe? Tiku. And Tiku's the last one, so then it would go to
Roko.
Roko.
I said Roko.
I thought you said Roku again.
I made that mistake once because I couldn't remember because it's been like 3 weeks since he said the name.
18?
18 hits.
Going for her. She doesn't have knees or
Well,
ankles.
Her tail
I thought you swapped it from a hand axe to a javelin to be like a skewer.
No, because it needs to be slashing for one of my other.
She's got the slasher feet.
I got a slasher feet.
Ah, okay.
So it has to be a
Plus
slashing.
damage.
So unfortunately, not.
Damage.
Make sure you add your D10, I think.
Yeah, but what is the D?
Okay, and then while she's doing that,
Did you already go?
yes, he used blight on you. We are definitely taking a bit.
6.
I was just curious.
6 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Total?
All right.
I would have won.
Okay, so that's gonna bring us to their turn. Or sorry,
With your
Roko's
hand
turn.
dex?
Roko is
Wouldn't your
going
plus
to-
be higher than that?
Not for my offhand. I don't have a plus on my offhand.
Fair enough.
Roko is going to attempt to hold monster on you. So go ahead and roll.
Oh wait, I can reroll.
It's a
the
wisdom
damage.
saving throw. You
Oh.
you plus 7.
10, not 6.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 19. I mean, as in it failed.
Oh, I was
Like,
gonna
it
say
didn't work.
you
Succeeded.
failed with
No.
plus 7, bro.
There's
Why am I
no-
letting you
there's-
control
there's no way. It was
my
like-
villains?
It was like
10, by
it was
the
like
way.
a 24. It
10
passed.
instead of 7?
Really, really hard
Yeah.
passed.
Okay, so unfortunately, his
Instead of 6,
whole
but
monster would not
10.
work. But he is going to move up adjacent to him, and Roko, as he gets up close, he kind of like looks about this fire elemental, and he seems to be able to find the core that you seem to be looking out from, Gurgle. And he's, this is not who you are, Gurgle. You must take control. He's effectively, you're going to get advantage on your next wisdom saving throw to try and maintain control. That said, his hold monster was ineffective. So now I bring it to their turn. So you would get to go ahead and go first as the creature.
Gurgle is mine.
And then I'm gonna say, just because like he's still kind of fighting for control. He's still fire breaths, but he hits everybody, and he's not going to distinguish between the thing because he needs to actually hit both sides of him to hit all of them.
Yeah, no, I would say that was definitely. I don't know what I did with my cone.
Everybody, deck save.
Right in front of me.
I think
So this would hit Roko.
I think it's not going to hit the 2 people to the left.
Wait, who the hell? Why y'all gather around me?
Because there's a
This is gonna hit the
Yuan-Ti right next to you.
as well, which he would not care at all about. So you're totally fine with that. Yuan-Ti, 26.
I got a 16.
That's a fail. I need a roll from Tiku and Kane as well.
Nope.
Do you need a roll from Kane?
I rolled a natural 20 last round and still failed.
Wait, is it higher than a 20? Or what is
It's a
it?
DC 24 deck save.
Yeah, I can't succeed it either.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to succeed that.
The good news is the first set of rolls was pretty bad, so that's
You have to roll another con save if you broke poison.
I can't break that either.
Nobody broke poison. I don't.
Tiku broke
Oh, actually,
poison.
Tiku did. Tiku
I did break poison.
Tiku, so Tiku has to reroll. 16.
I thought the first proc of poison was just auto if you failed the deck save. Oh, that's what you told
Nope.
us last time.
If I said that was a mistake, I apologize.
4,
There's the exact way that it reads. If I could find my mouse.
4.
The exact way that it reads is blah 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 deck save. On a failed save, the creature takes the damage
45.
and has the poison conditioned.
54.
On a successful save, you take half
54
damage.
fire damage this time.
How much?
54.
Half to
It
26.
was 1 less than last time. I thought you said you rolled low.
27.
I did roll low.
27 fire damage.
Is halved?
Wait, how much did you say?
27 is the halved.
56?
54.
Oh, 54.
Which will be half to 27 if your ring is still up.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we're
and now
all
the U1T
still
is gonna
resistant
take
to fire
27
damage.
as well.
Yeah,
so
it's 27 regardless. It's just whether or not it goes to your ring or not.
Then.
Hey?
In
Oh,
yeah,
so
no,
what's
you're
half
right.
of 27 is.
No, that is the damage.
No,
That
no,
is
13. I'm trying to figure out my con save. 13.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah.
25 to hit on
Oh,
you,
that's
Kane.
true. I have partial cover.
All right, that's a
I would actually say
24
3/4
on the
cover.
con save. So Bane is still up.
I'm in the hole.
Doesn't matter for fire
On the-
attacks.
Save.
At least not from the.
He's throwing a rock.
If you were throwing a rock, you wouldn't have to roll a save. If you were throwing a rock, you'd need a hit.
What is he doing?
Which one are you? What are you doing? The second
What,
one.
you said I was supposed to target him. So
I know. What are you doing?
Is he? I was gonna lava hurl, but if he's
So
behind
lava
cover-
hurl is a roll you to roll to hit, not
I
him.
know. I know. I didn't tell him to make a save. I said, does a 25 hit?
Oh yeah, 25 hits for sure. Even with.
I don't think you said 25 to hit, but yes, that hits.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
Whatever the case is, that's why I was confused. I was like, he doesn't have a second thing that makes you roll.
But does a 25 hit regardless? Does 25 hit?
Yes.
I'm just a little curious.
Oh, I've been kind of potato on this. Zephyr was supposed to take 9 more damage last turn. It's fire.
Too late at this point.
I messed up on that. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. Also, Zephyr is burning. So on his turn, he was supposed to take.
So the fire resistance that you guys have from your rings does effectively enable you can't catch fire. When you have the
I don't have a ring, but I am resistant to fire.
oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry, this just straight up says if it's a
Just
target
catches you. It just
or
catches you
flammable
on
object.
fire. It's not an object. It just catches you on fire.
Yeah.
So he needs to take 3d6 damage of fire.
For the sake of this, because that would actually alter combat, due to stroke of luck, remember to read the whole thing, due to stroke of luck, Zephyr got hit, didn't actually catch him on fire. He got more bludgeoning damage.
The speed of his fly spell doused the flame.
Sure, as he flew through the air, he doused the spell, because it does enough fire damage that it could edit how you play.
Especially because I rolled 3.
That's it, this is on you, and you do catch fire.
Why does everyone always remember stuff when it comes to me?
24 fire damage. No, plus 9. 33 fire.
Half to 16.
That's it.
Okay.
Apparently this does not have a secondary effect. I actually used the slam on him, so Zephyr.
You used the slam on him
I
from
used
a
the
range.
slam for the throwing.
Yes, you are failing at controlling the monster for
that
sure.
Was my bad. That was my bad. So technically he wouldn't have taken more damage. We'll just say it evened out because it's probably close to the same damage.
Technically, the slam's a little bit more damage, but the lava catches you on
But
fire.
it doesn't catch you on fire. So
So,
that's
yeah.
what I said. It's probably close to the same damage. Because he would take.
So you took your damage, you took fire resistance, and now you are on fire. You are on fire until you or an ally that is adjacent to you takes an action to douse the fire. Or if you can give me a clever way that I think the fire should be doused. With that, it is the Yuan-Ti's turn. We're moving super slow. We gotta speed these things up.
My bad.
Wisdom saving throw, and roll a d6.
Do I take the fire damage at the start of my turn?
Saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw is a success. Gurgle will have control
One
next turn.
on the reset.
Probably shouldn't say that out loud. One more time.
Do I take the fire damage at the start of my turn or end?
Start of your turn, yes.
What the fuck?
I got it.
I will double check real quick. Yes, at the start of each of its turn until it is doused. Now, the Yuan-Ti that is up in your face is going to go ahead and make 2 melee attacks with its
10 fired.
weapons.
On your turn. As soon as you.
19 and 18 to hit.
Man, I really wish I had shield. Yeah, they hit.
Okay. Wow. Why is he so... Why does he do so little damage?
Because I'm already getting fucked by a fire elemental.
22.
Total?
Yes.
What was actually?
Slashing. One is bludgeoning, one is slashing.
Listen, I'm going crazy on these rolls for you guys, man.
I am not failing these con saves, that's for sure.
Every bad roll I'm getting is for the fire elemental, and every good roll I'm getting is for you guys.
And then...
So,
Kane looks like shit, by the way. Those healers out there.
the Yuan-Ti is going to bonus action Misty Step.
What the fuck?
6.
Who gave you permission to run?
Damn it.
Sorry, TQ. I
right.
didn't even realize what I just did to you until after I did it, but that's the end of his turn.
Because she was running the whole turn.
Yeah, she's just been running back and forth, and then this thing just blinked past her and started running. It's your guys' turn. Take your 10 fire damage. It's also not a roll, it's just straight. You take 10 fire damage, so you have to 5 for you.
Oh, right.
Tiger's gonna, or Zephyr's just gonna fireball again and hit both of them this time.
Okay, if he hits both of them, there's not a way to hit both of them without hitting Roko.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, no, that is true. You could hit behind him. Never
Yeah.
mind. I apologize. Okay, go ahead and roll,
Wouldn't
Paul.
that also hit the rock?
I guess technically would hit the rock because it is there. As you mentioned, that was a point of interest earlier.
The Yuan-Ti failed.
Bane doesn't have like a
You know, it works
save
on saving
it.
throws as well.
No, I'm saying it doesn't have a save.
Nope,
It's
it just
a
lasts
time
as long
limit.
as he has concentration.
Yeah, it's concentration as well.
15 and if he doesn't have a
And he's gonna max the damage again.
Oh, and it doesn't have the plus
Another
one stats 'cause it's not
fireball!
moving currently.
66 damage. To all three of them. Lightning damage, if that matters.
Yuan-Ti does seem to be bloodied as it gets hit. It turns towards technically, I guess you, Gurgle, from your perspective. As it looks over, it goes, Viragat, we had the deal. You must eliminate all of them. I will carry out the final sentence. The last blood must be drawn. As he is looking towards Roko.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Blight on the Yuan-Ti.
Dropping
Okay.
blight on the elemental. Or no, that's Bane, not blight.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Constitution saving throw.
Did it hit the guy with the rock?
That's a 20 on the die.
He hasn't
That's a
moved yet.
failure.
No, 20 on the die.
He has a 21.
25.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then he takes half.
Go ahead.
Unless someone wants to cutting words. Anyone? Cutting
No, our
words?
cutting words is our enemy.
False. You guys don't have cutting words. That is a bard ability. You guys have
Or
something called
it's-
silvery
yeah.
barbs.
Oh, did anyone want a silvery barbs that? Does someone got the silvery barbs?
I already cast a leveled spell this turn, technically, but
I mean, that depends on
It's
when
a
my
reaction.
Well, no,
wisdom save
it's a
goes through.
reaction spell, so you can still cast it.
I think that depends on when my wisdom save
Granted,
goes through.
that's would use up a spell slot
Is my
for a
wisdom
level
save
one
on my
spell.
turn or his turn or is it at the end of the turn?
is it a level 1 spell?
Say again?
I can't even
Is it at the
find
start of the turn or the end of the turn?
His wisdom save.
End of the turn. So end of last turn is when you
it
made
is.
the wisdom saving throw.
So I would have control currently, so I
Correct.
could use silver barbs then.
Yes.
Is the Yuan-Ti wearing any metal armor?
Natural 20 on the first roll. Natural 1 on the second.
That is a
So
failure.
that's 52 necrotic damage.
Jesus. He's still up.
Is the Yuan-Ti wearing any metal armor?
Does he wish he were dead?
The Yuan-Ti is actually not wearing metal armor. The Yuan-Ti is wearing what appears to be that same white fur kind of fleece.
Is the orb that she has in her left hand made of metal? Or is it rock?
The one, it definitely seems to be made out of some kind of stonework.
Okay.
Rip. What was your question, Rickshaw?
What?
You asked a question. I didn't hear it. I apologize.
I didn't ask a question.
Oh, I'm crazy then. You actually have to dash again, don't you?
Oh, no, it was a facetious question. I was going, oh, but does he wish he were dead?
Oh.
Take will throw an
No.
axe at him as a bonus action. 16 plus 8 is 24.
24. Definitely hits. Oh, damage. You're throwing the axe at the one in your face.
Yeah.
Effectively just like run up and just.
Or I could do it while I'm running. And then suck it back.
I like the idea of Tiku like running up to throw it and then instead just like. And like you let go right before it hits him.
And then like summon it back. Nice.
I feel like maybe you didn't need to nerf this thing, but maybe if I can take control of every turn, every
12.
once in a while, but maybe I'm just getting lucky on these rolls.
12.
Damage, yeah.
Ah.
That's Tiku's whole turn.
Question.
What's it looking like?
The DC on it is 20, so
24. Oh, you the wisdom save?
Question.
sometimes rolls just play like that.
because you said I could do cool stuff to get rid of this fire, can I use a combination of control flames and produce flame? Technically, they're both cantrips that I have capability basically to cast produce flame using the fire currently burning me as a catalyst. And then launch it at the UNT.
No, because at that point you'd be utilizing 2 different actions.
But produce flame basically just manifests flame. A flickering flame appears in your hand. And then you can throw it using the same action. So instead of it just appearing, I'm grabbing it.
If it were normal fire, I might allow it, but this is not fire. This is lava. The reason that you're on fire isn't because necessarily you ignite it. It's because you quite literally have lava that's covering you.
Then how would you get rid of that with just an action? Just okay.
It's not a lot because it's only 3d6 damage, right? It's not a ton of lava.
3d6 is a lot. I'm just saying.
That would literally kill a normal person.
What I'm
I
saying
mean, if you
is
coated it on any normal person in lava, I do feel like they would probably die.
yeah.
Within 6 seconds?
Yeah, I'm saying it's a lot. It's more than just a little lava. That's all I'm saying.
Then
That's a little lava.
can I just use control flames to douse it?
It's a little lava.
Yes.
All right. Basically, I just control flames and just literally rip it off my body, basically using telekinesis.
We're going back to Avatar rules. Firebending. Firebending lava.
Firebend the
None of this earthbending nonsense.
And then I'm gonna crouch to get full cover.
I feel like you gotta go prone almost, yeah.
But the whole point of crouching is that I don't have to use half my move to stand up.
Does a 20 still hit him? I realized I should have been rolling a disadvantage.
A 20 does still hit him. Yes.
Okay, because I was poisoned, so.
Okay. So that's Tika's. Who hasn't gone?
I haven't gone.
I don't think Zephyr's gone either.
Zephyr has gone.
To this side of him.
He fireballed for 66 damage.
I'm gonna bonus action change my weapon into a scythe-looking halberd, so I get 10 feet of range, and hit the UNT.
5 feet.
10 feet of range.
He has a reach weapon. Halberd's a reach weapon.
Yeah, that means you have 5 feet of additional range.
No, because 5 feet technically is melee range. 10 feet of range is 1 square away.
You have 5 feet of additional range.
It's an extra
You're
square.
from 1 additional square away.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can hit the UNT without taking an opportunity attack.
Okay, we're gonna make an attack.
20 to hit.
20 hits.
16?
Nope.
Rough.
Fire elemental ascendant.
Ugh. Ugh. Okay.
Brother, yeah.
I feel like you should have given this thing a reaction. It doesn't feel like it has anything to do until it gets back to its turn.
29 damage, 5 of which is cold, so 24 slashing.
You have
5
a
cold.
reaction.
I do, but not him.
That's my turn.
It has opportunity attacks. That's what most people get.
He's still alive.
Most
You're
people
aware that
only
this is
have
what most of my
opportunity attacks.
monsters are like, right?
I know. It's just.
I'm sorry you want the thing that's trying to kill your party to be even stronger.
Listen, it's storyline. It needs to be strong.
Were you not paying attention to what your breath attack was doing? The
Yeah,
reason they're even
good
still
lord.
alive is because they all have rings and 8 fire resistance foods.
The auto
Is that the last-
poison is bullshit.
Okay, that is, no, it's Roko's turn now.
Also, rolling at disadvantage, all of us, like, yeah, that's rough.
Also a poison check of 24.
You want to know why fairy fire is broken?
I mean,
Poison is broken in the opposite direction.
Dude, I just gotta be happy I'm immune to that because
Chill.
if I got poisoned and I didn't succeed
honestly.
the check,
I've been
I can't pass that.
I've been kind of cooking.
Okay,
this
Roko is going to cast Dazzling Mirrors,
24.
which I don't have enough
saving throw is
minis
brutal.
for these. So effectively,
Dice.
what this is he's casting basic. It's a minor form of mirror image that gives each of the people within radius, which is within 30 feet of him, and he can pick up to 3 targets with the level he's casting.
So
And he's giving
Aang,
each of you
Razu and who else?
for this
Tiku? Razu and Tiku.
He can pick. No, he can pick 3 targets.
But
It's only
30
within-
feet,
Yeah, no, it
yeah.
has to be the 3 of them. Okay, so effectively, he's giving you minor mirror image, which allows you. It will take 1 hit for you if they roll to hit it. We're doing odds and evens for this one. Technically,
I
it has
thought
like the 1 through 4.
that it was if they
I will
roll
be a
3 or
D4.
above.
I will
It's
have
for
a
normal mirror
D4.
image, and then it goes down depending on how many you have.
Roku can have a D6. And Who was the other person? I get the
So
D10.
it's like one mirror image for each person?
Basically, yeah.
I mean,
So
normal.
rather
mirror
than
image.
cloning yourself 3 separate times,
I just
he's
get 3
cloned multiple different people 3 different once.
Technically, how the mirror image works is that you roll a d20. If you get an 11 or higher, you get hit. 10 or lower, you miss. And
I mean, I like just read this spell, and it says you roll a d6 for every mirror image.
Did
you
I
have.
even once say that he
If
cast
any
mirror
of them roll
image?
3 or higher, they
Did I even once say he cast mirror
did,
image?
but he was talking about
that
normal
might
Did
be
spell.
say mirror.
updated mirror
Doesn't
image.
matter.
No, I
That's,
said dazzling mirrors is what the
said
spell is
dazzling.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He was
Okay,
talking about
stop.
the spell. I was talking
Stop.
to him.
That is the end of Roko's turn. He is not moving. He is continuing to stay in front of this. What did he say? So this time he actually wouldn't talk to you. He wouldn't talk directly to you, girl. He would have turned to the Yuan-Ti and he goes, "Estival, I knew we'd eventually come to this. How'd you like being lost in my mist?" As in response to that, Estival just, "It was long." That's it, though. They just have a brief exchange. What are you doing, Gurgle?
That was you were the mist? Mother.
I'm going to say for
That's Esteval?
conversation,
yeah.
I'm going to say...
Whoa!
I'm gonna
I
say-
thought it was just some random UID.
This is his big bad evil guy.
I'm gonna say.
This is
I'm gonna say.
Esteval.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say for flow of the fight that my conversation happens a little bit before that interaction. But what I do happens. I'm gonna say as soon as he turns to Virgat and says, "You have to finish Roko," and then I'm gonna ignite my whip. And I think he's within 10 feet of range. So I'm gonna ignite it with whatever the new ignite is, and then I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna say,
Virgat cannot control me. But I don't have a great to hit. I mean, it's still 18 though.
Hitting hits. As effectively, what that actually looks like is, Virgat does not actually have your physical whip, but it seems almost as if you can form it in Virgat's hand as a whip of fire, just and whips.
Actually,
Esteval.
it would rip through the air.
Rips through the air. I guess that's true.
You will feel the burn that you've inflicted on my family.
Is Esteval spelled like Estafelo?
Efsifel. It's not Estafel. Esifel.
You got lost me.
Esifel. No T.
Estafel. So Esafelo?
I have no idea how you spell it, but that's... Yes, that sounds right.
Estafel?
I think it's like S, like an E-S-F sound. Efsifel.
It's Esefell.
Esifel.
SFL. Okay.
Yeah. Efsifel. I'm not gonna lie, I like mine more now I think about it. Efsifel.
I appreciate that, Jasmine. It's technically my version of a spell, so it's not actually in the book.
Did you not see what she said right before that?
That's why I said I appreciate it.
No, I'd have cutting
30,
words. She was trying to, like, from the audience, cutting words it.
31.
She usually
points
plays
of
bard.
damage.
Okay. How much of that was fire?
Imagine that as the audience, you could choose one roll during the session to give disadvantage. Or advantage.
We'll say, because I didn't specify, we'll say these
Like
two.
a popular
so 7.
vote roll.
Well, you wouldn't have time because it's like a
We'll do
roll.
one high and one low.
He is very much on his last leg, but he is still up. As the whip, as it wraps around him, that fire almost seems to ignite. While Gurgle, you usually have to ignite your whip to actually have this kind of effect. As it kind of like wraps around him, the white fur that he's wearing seems like it should be resistant to this fire. As the fire seems to almost burn the fleece itself, very clearly starts to ignite despite what is obviously supposed to be its resistance to flames. Esteval kind of like looking at it, just this is so natural. In addition to that, as that fire whip almost like kind of like pulls off, you see that there is that almost like mucus-like liquid that is covering where the whip had wrapped around him and almost burned, and it seems to be bubbling off of his skin.
This is your own creation. How does it feel?
Okay, and then so he has already gone this turn. Oh no, that was Roko. It is his turn. Because you just went for that one, and now it's Esvel's turn.
No, for everybody. I think Gurgle's been lying to us this whole time. He never had the Magnum heart in his spirit. It was a corrupted. He's been a UNT experiment this whole time.
I just have to throw this out there. I know.
Okay.
Or
Spirit
does
of Terry's all like, he's a snake person?
That
He
spell
has the
is
daggers.
that spell is adjacent
Gargle
to you. So it
lied.
makes 2 attacks on you. Hey, it's my first turn.
Dude,
Or actually,
we're
not my
gonna
first
start
natural 20.
tweaking
First natural 20 attack. Does a 21 hit you?
Oh, me? Yeah, for sure.
I thought your guess was over 20 for some reason.
It used to be 26 because she can add a D10 to it when she's running away.
Yeah, but it's just 20 right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you got crit, and then you got hit with a normal attack.
No! Why did you go first? Why did you go take damage? Wait, I have a D4. Does it suck up on my damage?
A D4.
I have a D4.
Does he get a
True. Here, I'll
Odds or evens? It's on the crit.
Odds or evens.
Odds, always.
But then the second attack would be odds or evens.
No, it would destroy the mirror image.
Oh, unfortunate for you.
The crit doesn't hit me. That's what he was saying.
Does
It
he
was going to be
reset?
54 points of damage, by the way.
Does he
Oh,
reset
yeah.
even if I?
Steve!
Does he get a try and
Thank
reset
you,
even if I
girl,
go on his
grandpa.
turn? 'Cause it's at the end of every turn. Okay.
What'd you roll by that?
I roll. I already know what happened.
Okay, the second
Oh,
attack.
I failed the wisdom save. If that's what.
Second attack is a total of 19 points of damage. Slashing again. And then he is going to dash and misstep again. And then Tiku lost her.
That UNT, if there's that rock, would have taken Trinity's damage.
It is not a UNT.
Oh, well, that rock,
It's a
whatever
control
it is.
panel that it's going to try and shove the orb into.
Okay, that brings us to you guys. What do you want to do?
The UNT is still alive and kicking.
Yes.
Yep.
He is looking
Tiku's-
very hurt, though.
I'm going to move up 30 feet.
Tiku's gonna move up as well.
How far away does that put me to the UNT?
About 60 feet.
60 exact.
60 feet? Sweet.
Yes.
He's going to
See,
make
I'm
a wisdom
very
saving
good at
throw.
these things.
I'm going to toll the
We have
dead.
30 feet. Yeah, you totally
2.
weren't using the string just
All right,
barely.
so he
No,
takes
I-
3
I used the
D12.
string and he was about 90 feet. Well, like 85, but then he moved diagonal.
Gosh, that's such. He takes 5
He lived.
necrotic damage. Oh, didn't know that. But is there a secondary effect? He. Nope, that's it. There's no secondary effect.
Snake boy, I fully got you.
Oh, I'm gonna smash you.
Oh wait. But because it is a necrotic or a necromancer cantrip, it also targets the other guy too.
The
Flame
elemental.
guy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Tiku's gonna
Constitution
use.
saving throw.
Wisdom.
Wisdom, sorry.
Bane.
Yep, got the bane.
How much is the plus?
5.
20.
That
20.
fails.
That's a failure.
I tried it.
That is what it is.
So let me reread that. That was actually 4.
He's not looking too rough.
Yeah, but I tried
Why is
for the
that?
save.
Why is that doubling?
It's hard to save when you have Bane. And when you can't move and your deck saves are 0.
All right, so that's 19 necrotic.
How did you do 5 and 19? Wow.
They're 3d12. So I rolled 2 2s and a 1.
So sad.
And then I rolled
Okay.
a 10, a 6, and a 3.
What are you doing, Tiku? Running up and hitting him.
Yeah.
Push it to hit.
All of them are over 20. Was his armor class higher than 20? Okay. I was like, I didn't actually. I thought his armor class was lower, so. One of them was a crit. The last one.
Oh, she's calculating damage. I just want to move next to Rickshaw. And I want to ask him, hey, you mind if I borrow one of your potions? Here. And I'll drink.
It's an action to take it from you.
Not an item action? Like his item action, my item action? Nope.
No.
So it's the same concept as a ministering potion. You want to take a potion to be able to drink it. It's going to be consuming your action. You still have your bonus action, though.
Rip.
It's a bonus action to consume one that you have on your person. It's an action to administer or to take one and drink it from another person.
Tiku's gonna use the rest of her short rest die.
I don't have a bonus action, so that's the end of my turn.
Oh wait, I already used it. I can't
Okay.
use them. No. I can only use that once per day. I forgot these. This 53.
Is there any spectacular way you want to dispatch with this UNT?
I finally caught you. And we'll start chopping up his tail. And like just start chopping him up until he falls down.
As Tiku starts to go full chef on Estevel's tail, Z
And then
effectively realizing what you're doing and the fact that he is likely to die, he goes, well, I was never important to the end of this story anyways. He takes the two orbs in his bottom hands and just and shatters them together. Before I say what happens, what did you say you were gonna do?
well, if his body is not intact, then what I was gonna do doesn't matter.
It doesn't kill his body. It's not gonna explode. That's what
Okay.
you want to start doing something.
I was just gonna chop off his head and be like,
Gargle, I got you on revenge.
Okay, as you kind of like chop up his tail, take off his head, then Tiku picks it up and you're like, ah! And you turn around to look to Gurgle as this flame elemental, what is Gurgle to you is like seems to almost like start to almost like fall over and buckle and almost like out of its chest. It almost seems to like almost like a piece of it is falling out as what appears to be a large thin gray and brown stone just and hits the lava and just before it kind of cracks. And Gurgle would be inside of this, as the larger gemstone would very much so be in like the middle of it, as the gemstone now broken by Estifel seems to have somehow represented the gemstone that was inside of this.
That's not good.
As Roko looks at it and he sees you now, Gurgle, as you kind of taking an assessment of yourself, you are very much so out of this creature now. And Roko looks down at you and he looks back up and he says, "Oh no, you were supposed to be able to gain control of it."
So does the plan to run away go up in smoke?
He looks at it and he says, "Gurgle, seems you might be our only hope now." As this flame elemental just as this piece falls out of it and as it lifts its head up, it very clearly seems to gain almost more of a form to itself. It, rather than being a little bit more bulbous, so a little bit different from the mini, it almost seems to grow and expand. It gets slightly bigger. Its chest seems to grow a bit more humanoid as it rapidly expands in size.
Se no bueno.
wait, is Gurgle like cracked out of the egg orb
Gurgle
thing?
is now separated from this creature.
But Gurgle's not like dead, like dying. Okay. Oh god.
They got a little bit bigger.
Yeah, just a tiny bit bigger.
That's
like
the
no.
same size. What are you talking about?
Okay, as this creature would start to morph and quickly becomes more humanoid, it very clearly develops what appears to be human features. Its weapons are technically made of flames, but as it effectively grows out and quite literally seems to expand off the ground, it kind of holds its hands out in two fire blades, just and ignite in both of its hands as it looks back towards you, in this case Tiku, as you're holding up its head. Thank you, child. His reins were ever so tight.
You're welcome. Yes.
As it kind of like looks about the area, it says, and as it seems the god's veil is thin, perhaps it's time for the new order. technically be... No, that's still on your guys' turn. What do you guys want to do? So Tiga just dispatched with Estevel as this creature very much so seems to turn into very much so what seems to be almost like a fire elemental style djinn, less an actual fire elemental.
I freed you. Are you a friend or a foe?
And turns back to you and says, I am older. Not that of this imposter. He seems to almost like be aimlessly looking for something, but doesn't seem to almost find it.
Tiku's gonna quick.
Sorry, go ahead first.
Oh, Tiku's gonna quickly, if it's allowed, stuff the Yuan-Ti into her pot. Can she like expand it and like stuff everything into the pot?
Easily enough. He's just like. Okay, so with this, you got the rest of you guys.
That's Tiku's full turn. So
I'm assuming he
Gurgle,
got freed at
you are
the...
back in your friend's initiative order.
I'm gonna pretend that he transformed at the end, and we're just gonna hit him.
No, he transformed just barely.
Just now.
So hit him.
So hit him.
So we're still hitting him.
You have advantage.
Because he has fair fire.
he's still affected by fairy fire. That's
22?
True.
And bang.
22 hits.
18?
18 does not hit.
For 3 cold damage and 25 slashing damage.
Alright. In between the songs, it gets so quiet for moments. Okay, that is
Then I'm
your
going to
action.
change
That was
my
really
sword
dramatic and
back into a
good.
great sword or scythe.
Okay. That's Roger's turn.
Zephyr and Gurgle are remaining,
Do I actually go on this turn?
assuming Gurgle currently has a turn.
Yes, you do.
And apparently we're hostile to it. Razu made our decision for us.
So is the whole thing fire? Or does it also have like physical parts of its body? Like an actual djinn?
Both, very much so. It seems to have both physical and fire nature to it. You are able to tell pretty quickly this is actually not just a fire elemental. This very much so is a different species of creature.
But I don't know if it's any different than Virgat or Virgat was this the whole time.
Correct.
Gurgle's gonna have some explanation to do about who this Virgat guy is later.
I'm just gonna say in primordial. Magnamemnar, help me cleanse this corrupt flame. And then I'm actually just gonna jump up and try and grapple its face with my whip.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack as you. Where is it? There it is. As Gurgle just. Quick! He's going to attempt to grapple its face.
Basically up
The Yuan
on its
Ti's
like.
also
I'll
dead.
basically be like up on its
yes.
shoulders.
Diced and sliced.
26.
26 definitely hits.
And spiced.
Oh, whoops! I don't know why I did that.
You have advantage.
I know.
Oh.
But I already rolled.
You did not have to reckless. That's what I'm referring to.
I mean, that doesn't. I mean, I guess it matters if you try to.
So he changed forms. Does our poison condition wear off?
Yes!
Really?
Yes, it does, actually.
Hallelujah. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Poggers! I can actually hit!
Hallelujah.
Your fire damage does seem to work, by the way.
I am.
Despite it being a fire elemental.
With my necklace, if they aren't resistant, do they become vulnerable?
No.
Okay.
Is that it, Gurgle?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Zephyr. What would he like to do?
Yeah, look, old dame. We keep thinking this fight isn't going to be over, and then it keeps going. Zephyr is almost out of spells.
This isn't even his final form.
Right?
So, what do I do? He's gonna cast Storm Sphere, sure, and encompass the top half of his body.
Okay.
He's plugging the
I'm not
hole.
going to put it on the map, but effectively it's up
He's
here.
plugging the hole.
This is Dex?
It is a radius sphere. A sphere. Strength saving throw. Yeah, strength saving throw.
It's a 9.
9.
Oh, sorry, that's an 11.
That's okay. Either way, that fails. Then he takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage. 5. The spear is difficult terrain if he tries to move out of it, although his feet is, I don't know how that would work. Yeah, that's it for the moment. Oh, and then I'm going to use the bonus action immediately as well to cast a bolt of lightning from the center towards the creature. And I need to make a ranged spell attack, evidently. It's wizard. So 16 plus 11. 27. I assume that hits.
27 hits, yes. Oh, there's damage.
Imagine 2 hits for damage.
Good early, bad late.
We get an advantage, but I didn't go higher. And then it does 46 lightning damage.
Very nice.
4d6, not 4d6. Sorry.
I was
13 lightning damage.
I was gonna mention something, but then I was like, she just did 46 lightning damage? What
No.
the fuck?
It is unfortunately less good.
13
Okay.
lightning damage.
So
Yeah.
with that,
Alright.
that would technically bring us to Roko's turn. As
Wait, I
Oh, he
haven't
has
gone yet.
disadvantage
No, you're right.
on
You wouldn't get to
perception
go.
checks.
Didn't
apologize,
he
I
blight or you cantripped?
no, you
Toll
did. You
dead.
told the dead. You dual
I
cast
thought that
Toll
was
the
last
Dead.
round.
No, this round has been long.
Okay, never mind.
This is not all my fault for what it's worth.
And then I got
There was
another
also an
action.
interaction, and then Gurgle got in,
I got
and
2 actions this turn.
Tigu also had her interaction of.
I had
How'd
action
you
on-
get 2 turns?
Because I had an action on the bad guy's turn because I was still in him, and then I got spit out, and then I. got an
Oh,
action,
so it wasn't you.
No, Gurgle only got to
No,
go
actually,
once.
Gurgle did technically kind of go twice.
It doesn't really matter.
It is what it is. That said, what Roko does, he actually calls up to you, Gurgle. He says,
Magical.
Gurgle, we can't fight it. You must free the primordial. He is the only one. And Roku kind of like fumbles about himself for a moment, and he pulls out what is very similar to the obsidian heart, or like the key to the obsidian heart that you had seen, that you had from before. It's a what appears to be a titanium orb, not terribly large. It's probably only about like the size of my fist. So definitely smaller than the last one. He holds it up and says, "You must bring it to the core. Cantifar will. It is the only way." And he's holding it up, and then he's actually going to hold his action, assuming you're going to take the cube.
You must not melt it.
That said, after Roko, it's this thing's turn.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything because I already did something.
And actually in response to that, this thing looking down to Roko, and go, "Well, we can't have that now." And he's going to make all 5 of his attacks on Roko.
Son of a bitch.
What?
It's okay, you need to fire damage, don't worry.
Is he? I don't think he's immune to this guy's fire
Is he,
damage.
is he immune to dim fists?
Okay, so he actually missed one of the attacks with a 16 to hit. Oh, wait.
Silver barbs. You're back in the combat.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. That was an 18. He hit all of them. Okay, so he's hit all 5 attacks.
Roko has a shield on for one of them.
He does have the
Roko's
minor.
going to be evens. That isn't even. That isn't even. That isn't even. That's even. That's an odd. All right, so he saves himself from one of the attacks. So I do need to take off one.
So
and
4
he
hits.
actually is immune to fire damage, so he's not going to take the fire damage portion of this.
Did he crit any?
He did not crit one over.
Granted, you wouldn't know that to silver bars, but yeah.
I just rolled a d20 for one of those.
See, you do roll to hit for damage.
There's a Rocco. That's extremely low. Rocco takes 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning from swords?
Core of these fire blades is a core of lava. As yes, it has a bludgeoning aspect to it. As he effectively unleashes a flurry of blows. Flurry of blows into Rocco. Rocco does not look that great. He is.
Did he
now
roll a d4 and subtract that from each of his rolls? By the way.
Oh, he is still banged.
He didn't. However, he couldn't miss even with it because he got.
Well, one of
he
them
got
was
a,
an
he got
18.
18 missed because it hit the thing. Although his minor illusion could still be up.
True. He's got a DC 16. That's 4.
So,
Yeah. No, actually, that means that his minor illusion would still be up.
His
oh yeah, it was only the one.
dazzling
Only the
mirror.
one. His illusion would be up. Dazzling mirrors is what it's called. Okay, but with that, he is still up, although he does look very hurt. It is now your guys' turn. Rocco, again, out to you, Gurgle. Actually, this seemingly is out to you guys as a group, as he looking to Gurgle and then almost like turning and pleading with the rest of you, says, "Please, take the key, free the primordial. It is the only way."
Can you, like, not stand on lava?
I'm gonna go ahead
He's
and
just
cast.
talking. It's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Blight on our genie guy.
Okay. That is a 18, which I believe fails.
That is a failure. That is 52 necrotic damage. And I'm going to teleport myself 30 feet back.
Back to where you were. Okay. That is it done. Who's next?
Where is the thing that we're supposed to unlock?
It's the rock.
I hear him.
How much does bro weigh?
He looks like a feeble, muscled old frog.
Fairly muzzled. He ain't jacked by any means,
He
but
looks like a feeble, toned old frog. Happy.
How do you calculate throwing distance?
he's also holding an orb up that he's trying to give.
So,
Where's the core?
where do we take it?
I will send you.
Well, then I jump down and I grab it.
Okay. He was holding his action for that. He can choose up to 8 willing creatures within range, which is 60 feet, and he is going to attempt to teleport you all. As long as you are willing.
Did he get out of range?
No, he's still within 60.
Because I was in 60 feet of the.
range. He's like within 50 range. Everyone is within range. He is going to attempt to cast teleport as long as you are willing creatures.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I would assume all of us are.
Yep.
He teleported us all 50 feet under lava, and we're all dead.
Okay, so as you guys feel that you guys actually have done this before, as you feel that similar pull where it's like, and you start to almost get pulled in, and very much so that the teleport starts to take to effect. Gurgle, you in this moment as you almost get pulled, and in this moment where you're effectively traveling along that magic stream of that teleport, you don't know why you are able to see this, and this would actually be for all of you. Rather than it being an instant teleport, it's almost as if you get pulled. Think of it almost like being pulled through a wormhole.
We're currently being smeared.
As you guys start to get pulled through this,
We're being sprigged.
the majority of you kind of like effectively further along. Gurgle, you being the closest to the end. Rocco almost like coming into this teleport spell at the same moment. This fire djinn almost seems to reach into this teleportation spell and seems to almost like catch Rocco.
And
Not all of you. As and it's not a moment that you can react to. This is like in a split second, but you guys still very clearly see him reach out.
Trinity
And
can't dispel.
no, this is
He couldn't Silvery Barb's his grapple check?
no. Effectively, the djinn has the ability to cancel someone's magical effect on them, and he picked Roko. This is how I'm interpreting it. So, as the teleport goes off, Roko seems caught, and all of you out of the room.
And that's where we end for tonight, folks.
Not quite.
Oh,
not quite.
the DM isn't that cruel, apparently.
For 2 weeks. You just like feel that crusting weight.
As you all appear on what appears like behind you is in effectively a larger cave opening. Looking is you all appear kind of like looking at this cave entrance. Gurgle, you immediately appear with the shock and confusion of something that can grab out of magic, effectively almost pulling the tether of whatever the magical stream that allows individuals to teleport. Not anything that any of you have ever heard of. In that almost like confused moment, you still almost continuing focus at this cave, almost wishing that you could be back or that you didn't actually accept what Roko asked. Find yourself almost locked in place. You don't know how to process or handle what just happened, as the rest of you can hear very vividly a very loud sound of burning. Very much so sounds like an active fire. As you kind of all turn around, you guys can see what appears to be it's almost as if you guys are in a cavern, but the entire bit in front of you almost looks like you're looking at a sun. There's just this massive orb that has what appears to be black and yellow chains that seem to almost be wrapped all about this orb in very intricate designs that very clearly to you are the symbols of runes. There's a staircase that goes down from this cave entrance up to what appears to be a quite large lock, maybe about 5 feet in width, and there are two what appears to be fire elementals that are standing to the right and left of it.
Zephyr probably wouldn't hesitate. He'd probably bring the key and then go up to place it in.
Hold that thought. As you guys all arrive and Gurgle seemingly kind of locked, you feel that familiar sense, that warmth that you had felt from before. Currently, this is the only thing that seems to save you from the idea that you just found your grandpa and yet left him with this accursed thing inside of you that has only brought about destruction throughout your life. As you turn and you feel that same warmth, you realize it is this, whatever this orb, this almost like sun-like structure, is what's actually bringing that off. But you can tell it's caged. And that something drastic will happen if you free it. That is where we're going to end.
Rip. Rip. Tiku and Zephyr's dreams.
So yes.
Wait.
Surely you
yeah.
won't melt the titanium again. Sure.
So, lots of combat in the last 2 weeks. Next time we get to figure out what potentially happened to Roko, what exactly this orb is, whatever Magnamemnar is, this cage, these consequences that may come to be determined.
Why is it that as adventurers we're always like, no, trust us, we know what we're doing, instantly do something that we have no idea what was happening and fuck everything up?
I'm just saying.
With that,
I have Estefal's corpse.
you have Estefal's corpse. Best dude.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for everyone that tuned in. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening.
No session next week.
Although there will be D&D next week. This campaign will not be happening next week. There'll be a one-shot run by Rickshaw himself. So that'll be fun. I will not be present, but I hope you guys still tune in. I'll at least be in chat. And yeah, with that, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful week. Look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.